as usual. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. We are out to lock it down. So feel free to say hello. Join me as we go through the builder. Going to be going through the builder and checking out the best builds from the community day as well. Two things at once. I'm going to make my own builds, tweak the ones that we see, try to expand whoever's watching's mind with awareness of what to expect, how this is all going to unfold, all of that good stuff. So feel free, come on and join me on the vibes. We proceed. Free Pop, what up, man? How we doing? And a peace and love to you. Hope all is well. I'm out here prepping right before we get started to showcase the builder, talk about everything in the game, and yeah, pretty much the whole game plan for today. What's up with you, man? How you doing? Everybody else in the chat, feel free to say hi. Any questions, comments? You're just chilling. Gonna run through a lot of the builder. As you guys know, those that don't know tend to go crazy on that builder and find all the secrets and then pass it to the community and they go crazy with it. And, you know, let them rock. A lot of them be talking about they invented it. Like, all right, bro. We gonna see who invented it. I don't keep the receipts because it ain't that deep, but anyone else having issues downloading it? Yes, sir. So basically, right at this minute, 2K said there's an era that they're working on. They're going to update everybody when it officially goes live in a couple minutes, hopefully not too long. Excuse me. I'm hoping it's very fast for you guys so that everybody can try it out for themselves and see what you're feeling. The main goal I think everybody should have is understanding the builder is what I'm going to teach. And then secondly, trying to find a perfect build for yourself before release. Okay, so just stick around, lock in with me. You're going to learn a lot. I make builds for the top players. Dudes won hundreds and thousands of dollars playing with the builds I made. So I'm expecting to do the same this year. You never know, right? Sometimes it's a different year and maybe other people find all the secrets, which I don't really care who finds it. It's just a game. But I tend to find a lot of the small secrets about what position to put and all that stuff. How do you get it? It's going to go live in a minute. You got to wait a couple minutes for everybody. I believe they're just working on a final reviews is what was said by 2K. So if you haven't heard, 2K said that they're working on the review part of it before it can actually, you know, let it fly, baby. So just give it a couple minutes. I'm going to announce when it's live. You're going to see some new things and so on as we go forward. In the background, you're getting a quick preview of it, but we can put some gameplay on in a minute if you guys want. We'll lock in. Yeah, man, I got my personal custom jersey mag. But yeah, sir, he said you're here for it. That's what's up. Shout out to Def, Sir, Ncart. Appreciate y'all. MBJ, what's up, man? The app is gonna crash once everybody gets on it. Hey, it might, dog, but you know what? We here for it, brother. That's what I got. A lot of things to do today, no matter what. I'm still can teach you guys the builder. As a matter of fact, let's go over to a video of the builder. Instead of y'all watching the app, I'm gonna throw on the builder. And then you guys, you know, we could talk about it. So this is the builder right here. and a lot of good information that's hopefully going to just help y'all get started, you know, so that when you do play, when you get on it, you'll learn everything. The first thing that I talk about with everybody is the new badge system. You got to look at it as points. 2003, I think 2K3, 2K23, I believe it was 2K23. You had points instead of the normal way where you can go up and down and change where you put your badge points at. And that's what's happening this year. They're called tokens, but it's almost the same thing, guys. So don't get too confused and be like, what the heck does this mean or anything like that. The tokens are points. You're going to get points by playing the game. And with those points, you could definitely lock in and switch them to any position and everything that you want. So being able to flip the script and, like, you know, put it on rebounds if you want to be a center, but then you want to be a point guard center, point center. I'm gonna make a point center build, right? And so I'm gonna have a build where I can put my badges on playmaking and on rebounds back and forth. My center, point center build. And that's what you're gonna be able to do this year. Swap around and go crazy. He said, I appreciate it, bro. No doubt, I got you. We're gonna have to go to the gym to unlock body types. Yes, it's still the same kind of system, but you get to see early on what type of builder body type you can have. So they give you the chance to at least see which type of body type you can get. You still got to earn them in the gym. It doesn't take that much, you know, should be fine. But yeah, you got to earn them in the gym. Shout out to Cruiser. Thank you for coming by. I appreciate y'all in the chat in different platforms. It means a lot to me. Today's a big day. We're going to go crazy in this builder and give you guys a rundown. Y'all ready? Give me 1 second. I'm in the middle of making sure my thumbnail is fine, brother. But we're gonna get into the builder. Y'all want to see the builder and go through it in detail? I made a video if you want to watch that. It's the best way to get the information. But if I had to go through it again, I'm gonna do a live version and you guys can ask questions. Because the builder is more complicated, but it's really not. It feels complicated. People are gonna be confused. But if you've made a build before, you pretty much can do the same here. Just got to keep a couple things in mind. You know what I'm saying? So just be aware. You said, what's good? How can I get the app? What's going on? True Hall of Famer. God bless, brother. Hey, right now, if you go on Twitter, they said that they're working on making sure the reviews get approved. So it is a process to get verified and have the app go through. I don't know why they didn't do this. It's millions of players trying to check this out. It's not like it's some indie game. They should have had this ready from the start, in my opinion. They wildin', I'm gonna be honest. But basically, they had to make sure that everything is verified by the stores. So the stores are the ones holding them up, because it has to go through each store. So that's the problem that they're having right now, but it shouldn't take forever and it should get done hopefully soon. If it doesn't, then that would suck, but we're going to look at some builds anyways. And I'm going to do some breakdowns on the builds and kind of give people an idea of what to expect and stuff like that. All right. And besides that, welcome. Happy days, baby. And the main thing I would say when we go to make these builds, the number one thing is you got 5 days to make one build, your first build. So you got enough time to either look through YouTube, see what other people are doing and see what's best, or get really creative and create your own. Right? But don't rush. If you want to watch me, I'm going to look at a lot of people's content and see who has the best builds already, and then make my own version of them, because the truth is a lot of these guys will make an error. They'll have like one mistake that makes their build a little iffy. And so I like to see everybody, see what's good or bad, and say, oh, that guy messed up. this guy did it better, then I could master my own because I understand what is possible. Okay. So yeah, that's the number one. And I'm going to start off with a guy. We're just going to skip through his video, but I want to showcase it so that y'all can see. Lock in. All right. So we are going to a build right away. So we're going to start the day hot. This is an official NBA 2K 27 build that nobody's seen yet. It just released less than 30 minutes ago by the one and the only Simply Grinding. Shout out to Simply Grinding. He put together a video explaining his build and why he made it and things like that. And I want to showcase it for everybody to see and to lock in as we go. All right, so here it is right here. So give me 1 second. I want to make sure that everybody can see this. And so for those on the vertical, I would suggest you come over to the opposite so that you can see this better. But basically, I put it full screen. Basically, he has contact dunks with an 87. He has mid-range at an 89. These are the important ones. Ball handle at an 86, which gives you the best animations for taller guards. Then you have an 80 speed with ball, which last year that gives you some of the takeovers and things like that. And then he has kind of last year's defense, which is a 60 interior, 85 perimeter, 77 steal. I don't know how I feel about that steal. And then blocks at an 78. And then this is a tall guard. It's not a center, so it doesn't have rebounds like that. But look at the speed and agility. It's very high on this build, guys. And I got to find where I'm going to put my camera, by the way. Let me see. I put the camera. Let me go ahead and camera just. I'll lower it. How about that right there? So actually, I'm just going to shrink the camera with that. So basically, it has everything you need for contact dunks, good shooting from mid-range and three-pointers, has enough dribbles to lock it in. And then defensively, it can stay in front of people and contest and do decent blocks. And then agility and speed is actually very high on this build, which is super good to be a good defender. And this isn't bad. And we got to screenshot this because it is one of the better builds so far. Still early, right? But yeah, let me make sure that this is a good screenshot. I want to make sure I got my screenshots on Smash today. I'm going to use all these builds to create better ones. So I like to take screenshots, kind of see what the game is allowing people to make. And then you can do your own analysis. Here, he didn't do anything good with cap breakers. It's not an impressive cap breaker build. If you guys know, this is like a day one, like testing it out build, in my opinion. This isn't like, oh, he broke the cap breakers. It's really nothing crazy for cap breakers, right? So very good overall, but cap breaker wise, not as impressive where you're like, oh my God, I got 20 attributes off of 3 cap breakers or something like that. There's nothing in there that's maxed in that way. And so, but this is a really good 2s, 3s, you know, casual vibe that you can jump in and have some fun with on day one, in my opinion. Assuming that's what he's gonna do, I think this is a fun build and it could be useful. What do y'all think? Be honest. Let me know what y'all feeling. Do you like it? And if you want to see a different version of it, let me look at the 99 version. Here it is. This is the more cleaner look, so you guys can actually see the full rundown. And basically, again, cap breakers are not impressive in this build. The build itself is great. I would use this build. You gave it to me for free. Somebody gonna give me a 700k VC. One of y'all gonna be nice enough. We're gonna reverse this year. I need all of y'all to get me the game. Want the deluxe edition? Get me VC this year. I'm always, you know what I mean? Y'all making creators do everything. It's y'all turn now. Well, I'll take this build. If you make it for me and you pay for it, I will use it. But what I want to point out before we get into the builder and go crazy on the builder, look at the top. See, it says badge tokens. This is the potential of your badges. So you know how you got the potential of your attributes? Now you got potential of your badges. So it's a point system. It isn't going to be perfect for everybody. They might have an imbalanced one where all they got is rebounds if they're a center. You know what I mean? Like, depending on what type of build you're making. So on the top, he has 17 shooting badges, but everything else is in the eights. But check this out. Rebounds is only 2. Why? Because he's a guard. He's only 6'8", and he's not trying to rebound. He only has a 67 right now. So, which said it is a good tall guard. I like more defense personally. There you go. And then we can turn up, for example, I would have put up steals. And one thing we need to test is the interior. Interiors might be super powerful this year, guys. The reason I say that is at the moment, we're cooked. You know, like from what I've seen, it's going to be dunking and layup fest this year. You know, it's going to be a tough year for people if they don't have interior. And if we go with a 60 like last year you give me a 60, I'm cooking. I'm stopping everybody. I can show y'all highlights of a 6'2" point guard with like a 50 interior or less. And I was stopping people in the paint a lot. I was blocking people, as a matter of fact. And I'm not lying, but this year it's not going to be the case. I don't think a 6'2" point guard is going to be capable of the same thing that it was last year, because they buffed up the finishing, contact dunks, they buffed up the layups, and the interior has to play a role. I think, I can't say because I didn't play the game. Remember, this is all speculation until I get the hands on. But so that's the case. So this is what he presented. I like it. I would have made this kind of build. The thing I would have might have tweaked on changing it, I probably would have just lowered my rebounds. He's probably plays twos a lot, so he needs those rebounds. But maybe lower the rebounds, maybe lower the agility, add extra defense, more steals, right? Or more passing to be a really elite. But if he got a 70 pass, it's because he's only playing threes and twos with this build. You can play with a 70 and fives, but you being the main point guard, that's not very good. Going higher is always better in my opinion. 85 at least. But yeah, so I like it. Shout out to I was about to say his name wrong. Grinding for his build. We're gonna kind of go through it. I just want to find a couple of builds and be honest, give true opinions and feelings. And then Double H made a 6'8" also. Everybody making 6'8". Oh my god. All right, let's try Double H real quick. Again, I'm not gonna go through their builds, their videos fully today because I want to actually make builds. I wasn't even gonna watch videos today, but here we are. All right, so he's at a 90. No, not yet. Right here is him at a 90. Okay. 99. So let's take a quick look and see what he's doing with his build. So he has not a lot of finishing, which is actually very interesting. I don't know if he has good cap breakers. We got to judge it with the cap breakers. You don't have a lot of finishing at 59. I don't like that. I don't like it. I need something. Layups or dunks. Give me some. His shooting is outrageously good. His playmaking is perfect, in my opinion. His defense is solid. And rebounds is pretty good for a 6'8" shooting guard. Very good speed. He's going to be a good defender and playmaker and shooter, but finishing is where I need to see. Let's look at the caps very quickly. All right. How does this look? Okay. Okay, so there we go. So I knew he wasn't going to be crazy. Shout out to Double H. We're checking out his video. Let's put this on the big screen real quick. So Double H, as you see here, got the cap breakers solidified, let's just say. All right, so 60, 70, 80. Yeah, he got enough to get context. So that is the first cap breaker build that I'm happy about. But now we know with a 59 driving dunk and all the other finishing, most likely at this height, you'll be able to get this. Remember, this isn't true. Just a heads up. This isn't always true. This could be false if you put your weight higher or you put your wingspan different or you put different attributes on. It doesn't always work just from one attribute. I want everybody to remember that when you make your build. It's not going to magically work like that. Okay? You have to have the well-roundedness and the exact systems sometimes. But overall, that's going to be good finishing, really strong shooting. This is a build. I'd rather do his build than simply grindings. Sorry. I like it. I like it a lot. He even got the vertical. One cap breaker is going to give him an 80, a 78, which gives him the contact dunks. You know, like so far, this is great. This is a great build, and you can bring it to every mode. This is more along the lines of what I want to make for my first tall guard. I make two types of tall guards. One's for street ball, 2s and 3s and 1s, and then a true point guard, tall guard that I could be a playmaker for, still cook up. So this is solid. This is more along my line. Shout out to Double H for the heat, as we say. Is he gonna do a build on this? Nah. I'm only looking at builds. So if y'all have somebody who made a build, we could check it out real quick. See what's up. Homeboy made the Wimbinyamba. So this is more like guides on the builder, which I can do myself. I already know the builder for the most part. We're gonna go with Brother Jones. Shout out to Brother Jones. I gotta subscribe to all these guys. I might put the link in the description for you or on the screen. I mean, in the chat. You can check everybody out as we go forward. We're gonna rush through this as well. Apologies, y'all, for the content creators. You're sitting here skipping their video and just checking the builds. Oh no. All right, so he made two, so we gotta look at both. We can't be lacking. All right, this is his build. Get into it real quick. So another 6'8", it's very popular. Everybody still got the mindset of last year. I don't think 6'8" is gonna be the answer. It might be 6'7", might be 6'9", you know what I mean? Like, but we'll see. But he has contact dunks. He has good shooting, decent dribbles and playmaking, okay finishing. This is kind of similar to Double H's with a tweak or two. Really like steals, especially this year. They got a little buff. So I don't know. We got to find out. But yeah, it's not bad. What I like about this one is strength being a factor. Strength isn't always a factor this year. I mean, in previous years, it might be this year. So we can't go into these builds with the same mindset as last year. You know what I'm saying? We got to change it. Let me check if this build, this app is already ready for us, man. Negative. That's crazy that they didn't have the app ready. Why would they announce that, man? Yeah, I don't feel it's that different. I think everybody's in the mindset of last year. And I'm not mad at that, but definitely not for it either. All right, let's look at what he did here. Oh wait, there's a second build. I missed one. There's a 6'9" also. We got to look at that one. All right, so let me screenshot this. So what cap breakers does he get that's going to be very impressive? Nothing. Not a lot of good cap breakers either. Remember, they only had like a couple hours to play the game, so they didn't really get in that builder the way we will. Everybody always judge these people like, oh, look, that build ain't that good. It's like, yeah, well, you go and play for 2 hours and get distracted because Ronnie's calling you over to take a picture with the team, and Chris is telling you to go do an interview, and oh, we gotta do this presentation. Oh, it's distracting. You don't get to just sit down and make builds. Trust me, I've been to events like that a lot. Too much going on. All right. Same kind of build. Better layups, which might be a meta this year. I'm pretty sure. And good shooting. I don't like the defense that much. Still has some strength. It's all right. This is, again, passable. It's at 6'9", kind of the same build, but at 6'9". Question is, do cap breakers get impressive? That's what we want to know. Doesn't look like it. Yeah. All these cap breakers are pretty bland. Nothing exciting. Fortunately. Unfortunately. And let's go to our main man. Shout out to the squad. Elite as a coach. These are the kind of players you love coaching. You always get to get the best out of players that are willing to improve, be great, and take over the world. So shout out to Swaggy, aka Swag Godly. I'm waiting for this 99 real quick. Come on. Need that screenshot, my G. Oh, damn. Oh, he did a comparison. I ain't worried about your comparison, man. Get it to 99, brother. Okay. So yeah, he's doing a full guy. We're here for the actual numbers. Get back to the numbers. Oh, he's not letting me see that thing. He didn't even show the cap breakers, bruh. There it is. Finally. No. Like split second of watching it be at 99. Come on. It is good enough at 98, but one more click. Come on, there it goes. All right, I finally got it. All right, this one could be interesting. So it says it is hardly any contact on, but I'm sure he's going to get an 87 or more on that. And remember, this is for official tournament type of player who's going to play for tournaments and things like that. He has high rebounds as a power forward because you're going to have to help the center a lot. You play as a center on and off by switching, rotating, doing a bunch of stuff all game. So as a power forward, you need that. And I think he's going to put a cap break on steal because he has that 90. You need it at 91 for the badge. I think he's taken cap breakers into consideration, but for some reason he's not showing them. Oh, maybe he got to do that in the video. But overall, it's still a good build. I am going to make sure I screenshot it. I'm gonna have as many screenshots as I could. So, all right. It's a true power forward. Pretty damn solid. I just need to see cap breakers. I would want the perimeter a little higher if it's allowed. But the speed, the strength, the overall, it's got everything it needs to be elite. You don't need finishing. If you're just trying to chill out and have fun, sure, put finishing on. If you actually want to compete, you don't got to be a crazy high rating. Just got enough to cut to the basket and dunk. So shout out to Godly for this build. Did he make more than one? Oh wait, he did. Okay, that's what's going on. You know, so he did 3 different versions. Let's go. Let's start off with the park inside. This is interesting. So this one is inside power forward. So basically, no shooting, cut to the basket, dunk the ball, get the rebounds, block the shots. You know, pass the ball to the point guard. The point guard scores 21 points. You maybe get 1 point a game, if anything. Then the last one is a 6'9" stretch. I like stretching, man. They're just fun to have. You know what I'm saying? Especially this year, they're gonna go crazy. All right, Wag, shout out to you. Right now, I'm looking at a good, decent finishing, really strong shooting. It has very strong defense, great rebounds. This could be good. I would want more strength so that you could post up. You have a 91 post control, but you're not going to be able to use it as much if you don't have strength higher. Of course, the cap breakers, he really missed out on putting the cap breakers into this video. That would have been, like, you know, the perfect send off for the builder. All right, so far we're looking good. I mean, it's pretty easy. These builds are not going to be a challenge to make. Sorry, guys. It's going to be too easy. All right, so we got Spam. Spam's one of the best players in the world. Shout out to Spam, always doing his thing. If you're watching, thank you guys so much for just being good. Being good. Good. Okay. We're going right into it, man. We're not even going. He's going through the process of just step by step. But what I'm trying to see is 99 overall. That's going to tell me the truth. So this is it right here. All right, so 6'4", kind of sticking to last year's mentality. This is the one problem we got. We got to stop doing that. I'm going to be honest. Everybody does it, even me. I'm still thinking of last year, but I'm going to go into the builder, start learning it, and never do the same as last year. I'm going to make it better for this year. The dribbling, the defense, offense is going to be different. So even if the builder's somewhat similar, it's not the same game, guys. I promise you. I promise you, you're going to see. Yes, you still dribble, you still shoot, but it's a different game. All right, so he got contact dunks, which we need. Really good shooting. He's going to have a 99 three-pointer. Perfect 6'4" standard. That's what we want. Then he has the same as last year for playmaking. He's thinking putting speed with ball with the max plus 2. I mean, 2 cap breakers. Then having pass accuracy at an 85 to get bailed out at least. He's going to use cap breakers for that. Then his interior is really low. He's going to get dunked on all game. But he's going to play with zone defense, a true center, a true power forward, a true small forward that's going to lock everything up for him. He's going to be the scorer, so you don't have to be down there at all. Then you have overall good excuse me, drink some and you have decent, good enough. I would have put a 77 agility. I did that all last year to get off ball, slippery off ball, things like that. That would be the only tweak I would do. Did I screenshot this already? The thing is, I want the cap breakers. A lot of people forget to put the cap breakers in there. He forgot also. Damn, bro, y'all be wildin'. Damn. Anyway, shout out to Spam, bro. We're gonna go crazy with cap breakers. Everybody's forgetting to add the damn cap breakers. Young Dirt, I'm gonna check his stuff out later if I get a chance. DM me, dude. DM me. I haven't talked to him in a while. He got a new Twitter. I'm DMing him on the old one, and then I'm like, why is he not replying? And he hasn't been on that one. Damn, bro. Somebody tell him. Somebody clip me and tell him to DM me. 6'4" female post scorer. Let's go, Chico. That's his next girlfriend or something. All right. There's a lot of like old videos. These are yesterday's or people live right now. We got more builds to look at too, so that's fire. All right, let's let this play out and look at the build from the finale right here. Okay, so this, my friends, I forgot who we're looking at. Oh, Chico. He made a 674 female version. I don't care about if it's male or female. That's stupid. All I'm caring about is the actual build. All right, so 83 three-pointer necessary. Close shot and post control extremely high. It's gonna be overpowered with the step throughs. That's solid. Hardly no dribbling. It's gonna be weak. You put a lot of strength on, so he's looking to back you down all game. And he got good contests and blocks overall. It's gonna be slow as hell though. Don't like it because of that. I like speed. And you're playing professionally, you need speed. Sorry to break it to everybody, like all those big builds, it's too much strength, 99 strength. You don't need that much. 91 around there, you're gonna be good enough for a pick and roll. But also you get the speed and agility to be agile, to rotate, to help out in the paint, come out and contest a three-pointer when somebody's late, you know, somebody switched. All of that. You gotta be mobile. This is more of a like one-on-one, you know, back someone down from half court all the way down to the paint type thing. I love it. I love it. Hilarious. I would not make this build ever. If I'm making a post score, it's gonna be like a Kobe Jordan type of vibes. Everybody is not showing their cap breakers, yo. That is whack. Come on, man. What's wrong with y'all? All right, so we got Solo. Solo also does good job with the builds. I do want to check labs out, but they're gonna do more informative and not a actual build. So we gotta look at that another time. And yeah, we'll see. Did I just watch this one? Yeah, I did. All right, so we're gonna look at Solo real quick. I want to go through what he's doing. Go check Solo out. Anybody I'm looking at, I want y'all to actually go support as we run through the builds and test out what they're doing. All right, so you got the 99 right here. So this is a 6'10 small forward. Oh wow, very high shooting. Oh man, you got post scoring and dunks and close shot very high. Good enough dribbles. That's more than enough. Really nice defense for a 6'10. No steals. That's the only problem. I'm not. Decent rebound. He's gonna definitely play twos with this. I am not interested. Again, this is one of those very specific type of builds. He wants to do that step through. I promise. Let's just look at the cap breakers before I judge anything. This is the biggest issue. I feel like we're all gonna be judging without looking at the cap breakers, but the cap breakers tell you the story. You can get better passing, better rebounds, better blocks. Oh, this is perfect. Yeah, I want it 78 at minimum for blocks. I don't care what build you guys are going to be on. You know what I'm saying? If you're not a small guard, 78 to me is a must. Hey, what's going on in the chat, Zombie? Right now, we have not gotten the app. 2K has announced that they're still trying to get approved from the reviews in their stores, and it's going to take some time. Hopefully it's quick and it's like an hour, but I don't know why they decided to last minute that. Kind of whack, I'm gonna be honest. But it is what it is, man. I'm just going through some builds right now of builds that people made that, you know, we want to try and see what's up. Okay, here goes my boy Joey. Joey's a cool dude. He let me use this footage last year. I'm assuming I could use it this year. He's gonna be cracked out. Do not want to come across Joey in the rec. When you know when you in the rec and just chilling and you're just casually playing and don't even care, Joey 2K is gonna be the most annoying person because you have to guard him from the half court. Once he gets half court, he's one of those guys. He'll make a tall big man and then just shoot crazy shots and make them. And he's over there just laughing the whole time. So shout out to Joey. Good teammate to have, bad person to go against. You know, he's not like the most elite player in the world, but he's one of the best big men, fun creators that you could check out. And so we just make sure we check this build out. All right, so really good post scoring finishing on here. Oh my God. His shooting is outrageous as well. Oh, that's my type of post scorer. I'm not doing no 7-4 though. Like, he's doing too much. He did this last year. Bro, cut it out. Decent rebounding. Usually you have to sacrifice, but he sacrificed the perimeter and steal in order to have good rebounds. Yeah, he's going to catch and shoot, you know, fade away, step through, hitting 3-pointers, like crazy shots. And I promise you, like, I could probably go into the builder and check it out even more as we go. Does he have a different version of this? Nobody's going into the cap breakers, bro. What is up? All right, let's check him out very quick with these step throughs. See, that's the Kobe step through. Oof, one of Kobe's most famous shots. Love it. That looks good. Shout out to Joey, man. Hey, Joey, hit me up. Hit me up yesterday like he was mad at me. I put him on blast. My bad. Good stuff from it. All right, so nah, this is more explainers. We don't need to watch all that. These are all the guys that went to community day. Trying to find specifics. Did we look at Bowser? Yeah, didn't we? Did we look at Bowser? Is this a build video? Come on, man. I can't remember what we did so far. Look at it. Victor Wembanyama by Spur. Let's do it. All right, so shout out to the homie. Another guy, you know, last year we had a war without even knowing it. He was telling people big lockdowns at the start of the year. Yo, man, them big lockdowns is the best. 6'9", 6'9". I'm like, no, bro, you need to make a 6'6", 6'7". And it was a community war where everybody's telling me what he's saying, and when I'm telling them, like, yo, my man, he's gonna listen to me sooner or later. He's gonna make the build. Realize 6'6" would be better to guard as a lockdown. And he ended up doing it, but it took 3-4 builds he already made. You know, sometimes you just got to learn the hard way. Shout out to Bowser, one of the best in the community. They have a really solid group. They're just too good of a unit. You know what I mean? Like, they might not be all the top players in the world every time, but they are a great unit and they work good together and they play so consistently, you know, pretty much every day. So shout out to them. All right. Never judge a book by its cover. Cap breakers are not showcased here. That's number one. He doesn't have a lot of finishing. I tell people all the time, you don't need to be a crazy finisher as a lockdown or a power forward. Your job is to cut to the basket, get a quick dunk. Get out of it. You want to be flashy and be silly? Yeah, sure. Put your dunks high. It's fun. I love doing it. I do it every year. Decent shooting on mid-ranges is kind of, he wants that step through, I think. He has decent dribbles, even though you should have lower than that. He's gonna have 99 steal and perimeter, and his interior is too low in my opinion. When I make my lockdown this year, I'm putting a 70 at minimum, because like I said last year, you as a lockdown have to rotate and guard the center sometimes. And you have to be capable of stopping, you know, flashing at all, especially this year. So I think that's a mistake. But again, he's one of the best. And until everybody tests the game out for a week or two, we won't know officially. But he did put a 78 block. Like I said, that's the minimum. And then physicals, Chef's Kiss, very good, very strong. I want to see the calf breakers on this because that's going to be telling me a lot about the bit. There it is. So perfect. All right, so I'm looking at an 87 finishing. Like I said, I knew that was going to come. You can get it through the calf breakers, man. 5 calf breakers, you get that in a month. You play the game enough, you'll get 5 calf breakers the first month. Okay. After that, it gets a little harder, more grindy, whatever. But you could always count on a couple calf breakers. And so this is a good day one. Shout out to my man. So far, we got a tall guard and we got a lockdown that's decent. I'm going to make this better. I'm going to get a 70 interior, still get all the stats he got, plus add more dribbling to my build so that I could be a point guard when I'm playing by myself. What I like to do. So I make the lockdowns, but I add a little tweak to them and then go from there. Yeah, shout out to him. This was really nice overall. Bowser cooking. I should make a list of who I watched. I want to know who I've seen and what screenshots I'm taking because I'm gonna probably forget on some of them. There's so many videos, it's crazy. These are like dribble animations. This is gonna be fire. Chopper, I watched him yesterday. He looked it up with some footage and stuff as well. And it's actually pretty nice. Oh my God, he's moving. That is, yo, Chop, yo, you done, bro. We reporting you to 2K. Yo, Ronnie! Y'all seeing this? I wasn't gonna watch no dribbles because I'm gonna be here all day if I do. But we'll take a quick peek. Oh, hell nah. And we got Coach's dribbles. Oh yeah, we doing both, guys. Damn, this turned into a dribble video. I was trying to stick to the builder, but we'll just look at this for a second. So this is Chopper. Go check him out. He got invited to the event and he's showcasing what he learned. Remember, this is like very minimal amount of hours playing the game. So you pretty much don't have a lot of time. He got the speed with ball at 97 and he got legend ball handle. So he's spamming, right? So just understand, but it's not that. It's about the movement that you're capable of doing. Look at this. Oh, baby. Don't tell me I'm going back to being a cheese ball. He gonna make me look like a... I try not to exploit the game because people be copying my... We might be the first time cheesers in a long time. I've been doing no exploits, no cheesy moves for years. This is fire. You can turn off the stamina and just be in your court. This is the first look at the court. It kind of looks like last year's. But man, he's moving. He's moving different. Woo, woo. Woo, boy. Yo, Chop, if you watching, brother, bless up, man. Having fun with it this year. We're going to have an elite level of dribble this year. I think that the defense being high is going to help dribblers like this. The question here is, how is it in game with stamina? You know what I mean? Like, keep your stamina on and try that and see how far you get. Because the problem is, you can't escape dribble without losing stamina as much this year. They did a new change. So you got to practice that. The push peak is weaker. A lot of things have changed. So for me, I'm going to use size ups and step throughs as my go-tos for shot creating and playmaking. Okay. It's fast. It is fast. Bruh. I'm not going to watch this whole thing. We won't be here all night. What is he using? All right, so he got that Ja Morant on, which I was saying that in the videos. It looked like Ja Morant was fine. I'm going to go to a couple specifics. The dribble style is important. The tween is gonna be sick this year. Oh yeah, you see that right there? Huh. You're able to customize all this, so it's gonna be a lot faster. You're gonna be able to use it as a push cross style. And then the signature size up to me gonna be the most important. I'm gonna see what I'm gonna do with this. I'm gonna turn this into a new key thing to play with. Because the way they set it up, you were not gonna lose adrenaline at all. So it's gonna be critical. We're not gonna go through all this, but shout out to Chops, man. Chop, and he listened to me and put the logo right on top. I gotta stop biting people without giving them no credit, man. What's wrong with y'all, bro? Disrespecting. Shout out to Chop. It's better than none. Maybe a little lighter next time. He ain't gonna be watching this, but I'll text him. A little lighter, but put that on there. Make sure nobody copy you. Damn, and this is my dog. Yo, listen. One of the very few people I like watching the dribble. Like I could just watch him dribble. In the world, one of the very few, one of the very best, the one and the only Koza. The great man. I love this guy. His dribble style is fun. You can tell he loves the dribble. And when y'all watch me when I'm labbing up, I do this a lot of like just vibe. But you know, like this is like his full time. Like he really be in here. And so I love that about him. And if you watch, it's subtle details y'all probably won't notice. Like it's just a combination. If you ever seen a fighting game or fighters in real life, basketball has combos of dribbles. And you watch like James Harden, right? Recently in recent years, Kyrie or you know, Steph Curry, all these guys. The dribble is important. Oh my God, he broke an ankle there. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah. Close up. Jeez, I'm gonna have to hit him up. Hey, my man. This is an hour, my man. By the way, he literally got off the flight. He didn't sleep for like 4 days. He went to the community event. He's tired as hell. And then he had to come back home. He still couldn't sleep. Took forever to get home. Poor guy. And then he only had like, he didn't have no time to upload yesterday. This is the first video. And it's a full hour. I'm going to watch this tonight as a movie. I'm just going to put this on before I go to bed. Just like a full hour of Koza cooking people. He did not lose with this build is what it says. I got to listen to what he's saying, dude. Oh, man. Yeah, but yeah, so he's a fun dribbler. He's does the meta like me. He can teach you the meta, but he's not a meta dribbler all the time. He likes to mix it up and have fun and kind of be different. That's why when you see me play, people are like, what is he doing? I'll just do easy, simple stuff that works or goof off and still win games, but not using the meta. Not Devin Booker last year, things like that. You can't see clips of me Devin Booker. You can't find that almost anywhere unless I'm teaching it to somebody in like one of these areas. But in game, I don't use it. But you can see right here, he's labbing up ways to get open and, you know, just simple stuff to just one quick 2 moves. It might look like he's doing a lot, but really it's comboing into what he will do to get open and get a quick shot off, depending on the defense. You know what I'm saying? It's really defensive mindset. Let's watch some of his clips because his clips, it's going crazy. This is community day footage. It's not like a real game like they're playing. And I don't know what we're going to see, so it could be good or bad. This is their first time playing the game for like a couple of hours. They barely touched the game. So anytime you see this stuff, don't ever be assuming that like, oh, this dude's not great at it. It's like, yo, you play the game for the first hour and record footage and then upload it on YouTube and tell me what you're going to be playing like. You know what I'm saying? Yo, what's up? Hold on, he got a defensive build? He just got a crazy block and he got agility like crazy. Pretty damn fast. I wonder who's he was playing against. I have to text him. Oh, oh my God. Was that Scottie Pippen, bro? It has to be Scottie. Scottie Pippen behind the back. I always tell people I wanted to double behind the back from Scottie Pippen. You know, just like the Jamal Crawford behind the back, but the Scottie version. Put it in the game, Mike Wang. Give Koza the ball, fool. Whoever that is, bench him. Bench that guy. That's probably my man Matt from UK Labs. Or Kano, probably. I don't know who they were playing with. I didn't ask. Oh, baby. Oh, there it is. Scottie Pippen. That gotta be Scottie, bro. Unless it's a new behind the back. Hey, yo. We gonna be doing some wild stuff this year, man. Dribble's gonna be fun. This guy can't even shoot. He's scared. What was that about? He gonna post up. They're not passing Koza the ball, bro. This is a Koza video, man. Pass him the ball, brother. Look at Koza with the rebound. Give him the ball back. You ain't about that life. Getting clamped. Oh, he still got it. Let me stop hating on his teammates and probably friends that I know. I just want to see what he's doing out here. Does he have his animations in this video? Hold on. I don't think he put it in here. I think this is straight raw gameplay, guy. Like literally no stop. Damn, we could watch hours of this. He said I could use his footage, so I might have to download this at some point. Gave me permission, but thing is, I don't see the animations, my G. No animations. First of all, that is a Scottie Pippen behind the back, I think. What's cool is we'll probably be able to switch the standstill behind the back and the moving one. So you're going to be seeing some fire play styles. You guys know I use Scottie Pippen for fun, my big guards to kind of look like I'm moving. But then when I'm playing small point guards, I want to be able to do, you know, more stationary stuff. Not take the risks. Oh. Oh yeah. Looking fast. We were complaining about the AI speed, but it's looking a lot faster. Yeah, that build got defense. He's clamping them up. What's up with the dude being scared to shoot? Nobody dares to shoot. There it is. Everybody's bricking. Oh my God. This is the first day of 2K when the game first comes out. Just pass it to Koza, he's gonna shoot. Look, look. Come on. I don't. Oh, the step through and it worked. Yo, we were watching this all day, bro. Wait, listen. I gotta download this. I gotta put this on my stash spot. Shout out to Koza, man. Shout out to Koza. Double H, he made a different build than the one he just posted. Wait a minute, they posted 2 times? Hey. Hey, that put a smile on my face. Shout out to the man's, the myth, the legend. One of the best in the game for me, personally. All right. Let's see Double H again, because he did have interesting build. Wait, where goes? See where he puts his 99. There it goes. Take a look. So we're looking at good finishing, good shooting, good perimeter. Is this what we saw? I thought it was 6'9", 6'8". It was 6'6". This is nice, but we already seen it. That was a waste. Rock with it, bro. I rock with it. Okay, here goes my man. Shoot. We're gonna look at his stuff. He gave me permission as well. He gave me a 2-hour footage of his stuff. I got a video I'm supposed to upload. And I can shout out to Shoot Every Talk. I never asked him why the hell he put the talk. I know it's like a TikTok thing, but really we just call him Shoot around here. All right, we're gonna check out the build and see what's cracking as we go. Hold on a second. This dude out here spamming my chat with nonsense. Come on, brother. Cut it out, man. Wait. What the heck? What's wrong with my... Something's wrong with my browser. Hold on a second. Apologies, guys. All right, let's look at this build. So he has contact dunks, the dribbling. I mean, it's 6'7" with very high interior. I don't know about this. This is a lot. For a 6'7", an 85 interior is pretty outrageous. You don't want to get dunked on. And then he has good shooting, good playmaking, a little bit low speed with ball. And yeah. Let me go on my Twitter for a second. Some dude is spamming some nonsense. Bro, don't come up in my chat. I don't give people chances when they spam stuff. You are done, brother. Can't spam that stuff in my... All right. Some guy just randomly comes in here putting his Discord. I can't trust it because then other people see it and it's pretty crazy. Sorry, Chris Bud. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to do it, but basically, don't do that. Hit me up, talk normal. Don't put your... It looks like a bot is the problem. So that's why I can't trust it. Just be better, man. Do better. Okay, so this is not a good build. I love shoot a lot. Okay? None but love, brother. I don't know about this build. I think you're getting old, man. We gonna have to retire you after this. The interior is crazy. I gotta watch his whole video for him to explain it in detail, because that was not it for me. Definitely not it. Let's look at his cap breakers though. So with his cap breakers, he can do better defense. Nah, it's not that great. I'm not into it. I'm not into it. That's the first one that I'm really like, nah. All right, so that's it. All right, I think we've seen everything so far. There's probably new ones. Let me refresh the page. I was trying not to watch dribbles or any other new stuff. Stick to... Wait, he did have the 6 in this video? I think he did. He just loaded it. All right. Test it out. Oh, can't see. I'll be here all day watching these kind of videos. Shout out to Yadman. Okay, we could go with a couple others. Go with a Victor and a timely LeBron. Everybody's doing the 6'8s. Chopper made one. He was... Oh no, he's reacting. A lot of people got posts like if they're making a video build, it's like, dude, you didn't go. Go down. Go down. Slow down. Let me put this on my watch later because I'm gonna forget. These are watch laters. Gotta put that in now because if not, so many spammed videos, I can't go back. I hardly get to watch YouTube. It's nice. I'm gonna start doing it on stream where I just go through the builds, through things, casually vibing. We do. We could probably watch this fully because it could be good. All right, so Time's a really nice guy. Always loved his energy. He always came out to the spaces respectfully. Very well spoken. He's a military man, which I always respect and appreciate. Anybody that serves the country for us, people with the freedom that we have, we got to be grateful for them. But you got the 93 driving dunk, nasty, decent shooting, really good playmaking, decent defense and rebound. This is a well-rounded build, but again, I got to see them cap breakers, brother. Every single time, cap breakers are always a question. They're not going to show them. It's important. But we got it. Shout out to Time 2k. And we're going to Spur. That's who Koza was playing with, because that's the character that I saw. Unless everybody made the same character. So, another good one. I really like the shooting, strong finishing. The 7-3 really has high dribbles. Damn, for a 7-3. I could rock with this for a 7-3. Very strong offensive. It can block a lot. Would want an 80 interior for the badge, but I'm not sure where the badge is. You got to look at the badges. That's not bad for a big man. Oh, cap breakers. That's important. Where can he go with these caps? A little bit of... Again, cap breakers are not that bad. They're good. I like the cap breakers. We'll make better builds, as in cap breaker versions. People can make good builds, but they can remake them optimized for cap breakers, if that makes sense. So right now, I want to make a build. I'm gonna make it cool. But I can make the same build, but get more cap breakers if I creatively test 1,000 times until I master it. Know what I mean? All right, so we got a list of builds confirmed right now. And what we about to do, I'm about to get into the builder myself. Well, kind of. Break down the builder. Honestly, I thought we were going to make the builds, but they got me here for an hour and a half waiting and still ain't got none. Oh, let me check with 2K, see what's cracking. We know many of you are eager, waiting for the app to start for the builder. We'll share an update with the time as soon as possible. Didn't they just post this a couple minutes ago? Bruh. So yeah, we gotta wait. That is bad. Bad. Bad to the bone. Oh. Not much you can do, guys. We're gonna take a break. We're gonna listen to Joe Knows. Break things down. I'm gonna do multiple videos. How about that? We got a whole 4 or 5 videos we could watch. We're going back to watching. Unfortunately, this is all we can do today. Not like I did this intentionally, guys. It's supposed to be in the builder this whole time. Only so much you could do. I don't have control over the builder itself. So. All right, we're gonna start from the top. We're just gonna go up, down. Shout out to Joe Knows. Guess you don't know who that is. Subscribe to him. Let's actually turn this on.
When creating your player on 2K27,
For me,
video
let's get straight into it. The first tip is the new badge system in NBA 2K27 is pretty damn complex, and you're going to need to take a few minutes to actually learn how it works. There's a ton of new things to consider. Badge tokens, bonus badge slots, the fact that every build starts with 20 badges, but then you can earn more badge slots to apply to any category that you choose, the fact that each badge has its own cost in terms of badge tokens, and then on top of all that, the synergy section down at the bottom with fuse badge and reaction badges, and the fact that fuse badges are not only your +1s and 2s, but they also give you a refund of the badge tokens that you put in those slots. And then to go along with the fuse badges, the reaction badges are tied to the fuse badges, giving you more +1s and +2s, but only certain badges can connect to other badges in the fuse slots. It's a whole lot going on. It would probably take me 15 minutes to explain, and I did drop an entire builder breakdown video that I will leave the link in the comments and at the end of the video, so I definitely recommend you go check that out to get a full explanation of the new badge system. But I do want to mention one of the most important things when it comes to making your build this year is making sure that you do understand this very complex, very confusing new badge system that you are going to need to understand to not butcher your builds. There's a whole lot of moving pieces, but if you watch my builder breakdown video, I think you will have a very good understanding of how it all connects and works together. But let's move on to the next tip. With pure green windows being smaller in NBA 2K27, it's going to be more important than ever to get the biggest green window jump shot for your specific build. And NBA 2K Lab has you covered. They have a bunch of free tools on their website, but what you're looking for is enough. Next up, meeting animation requirements is one of the most important things to not only making a good build, but making a build that you're going to enjoy playing on. There's no worse feeling than making a build, putting the VC on, and then realizing you missed out on your favorite dribble style or your favorite go-to shot by 1 or 2 ratings. Do not operate under the assumption that all animation requirements are the same as they were last year. Some of the favorites like KD go-to shot is now 94 shot rating. SGA escape is now 91 ball handle rating. You got to double and triple check the animations that you want to use to make sure your build has the ability to unlock them in NBA 2K27. Pay attention to badge requirements in the builder, not only because it's a super important aspect of making your build, but if you're operating under the assumptions that everything is the same since last year's builder, you're making mistakes on your build. Certain badge rating requirements have changed in terms of certain badge levels. On top of that, certain badges have been expanded to go to taller heights. So make sure you're not just operating on, the information you have in your head based on last year's builder. Make sure you're checking the badge requirements that you are going to be able to unlock them at your height. And also you're meeting the rating requirement needed for those badges, because of course those badges are going to make your build perform that much better, making your experience playing the game that much more fun. Also keep in mind that certain badges have been split in two, so Rebound Chaser is now split where there's an offensive rebound badge and a defensive rebound badge. Pay attention to these new badges so that you can make the best build possible. The next tip I've been preaching for years: high risk versus low risk builds. If you're somebody that plans on making multiple builds, make your low risk build first. Let everybody else make the mistakes. You learn from those mistakes, then you can make your high risk build. Now, if you haven't heard me talk about this before, you're definitely thinking, what's the difference between a high risk and a low risk build? Now, a low risk build is a build that's difficult to mess up to the point where you feel like you wasted money. One example of a low risk build to start the year is a center build. You're going to put up the attributes you want, you get the corresponding badges to go with it. You're not super worried about missing out on animations because majority of the big man animations you unlock just by being a big man. And majority of people can't shoot to start the year, so you're getting free rebounds, free rep, free progression. It's a lot harder to mess up of a build. Another example of a low risk build is something like a lockdown defender. Could you mess it up and not have the most optimized version of a lockdown in the game? Of course. But for the most part, you're going to put up your defensive attributes, get some shooting, get a little bit of dunking, you're good to go. You get the defensive badges, the attributes. It could be a little messed up, but you're not going to feel like you wasted money on it. Now, on the flip side, a high-risk build could be something like your guard build, right? You got to make sure you meet every animation requirement to be able to play at the best of your ability. You need the best jump shot base unlocked. You need the best dribble moves unlocked, dunk packages, etc., etc. It's a lot easier to mess that up especially early in the year before people find what is really, really effective. You might miss out on the 3 dribble moves you need to move like a god. You might miss that by 1 or 2 attribute ratings, and you're like, man, everybody else is speed boosting, cooking, going crazy, and I'm sitting here moving like a slug, all because I messed up my ball handle rating or my speed with ball rating, and I couldn't get the right dribble style. You feel like you wasted money because your build is not performing the way you want it to, because of the fact that you didn't get the animations that you wanted. There's a lot more ways to mess it up, is my point. It's more of a high risk build. Let everybody else make the mistakes on the high risk build first. You make your low risk build, learn from all the mistakes that everybody made on the high risk build. Then you make yours.
Careful with the builds, man.
Saving you some money, limiting the mistakes we make that hurt our wallet. The next tip I have is pay attention to the way weight and wingspan affect your attributes. Although visually, these attribute screens in the builder might look very similar to last year, the way the weight and the wingspan affect your attributes is very different. And I know you're probably saying, but Joe, I've been playing 2K for years. Obviously, I know to watch the weight and wingspan. I'm talking about very specific things. For example, on a 6'8" last year, maximum wingspan, you had 96 perimeter. Minimum wingspan, you had 95 perimeter. Wingspan barely had an impact on your perimeter defense rating. Not so much in 2K27. A maximum wingspan 6'8" can get a 95 perimeter. A minimum wingspan 6'8" gets an 87 perimeter. A much more drastic difference. Also, wingspan has a big effect on your driving dunk now. It always has, but I feel like at certain heights, it's more drastic this year than it was last year. Another difference I noticed with weight, from 6'9" and shorter, when you lowered your weight, you lose perimeter defense. But at 6'10" and taller, when you lower your weight, you gain perimeter defense. Make sure you pay attention to these physicals and how they affect your attributes, because although visually a lot of the attribute screens look the same, the way the physicals affect your attributes is actually very different. Make sure you pay attention to the actual meaning of each badge and attribute. I can't explain the amount of times people have said, Joe, I put this up, but my player's doing this. You have to actually pay attention, because sometimes the names can be misleading. They have also separated certain things like shooting badges now. Your 3-point set shot badge and your mid-range set shot badge are different. Your moving 3-point shooting badge and your moving mid-range shooting badge are separated. They're different. On top of that, make sure you're paying attention to attribute meaning. For example, people were like, Joe, I'm trying to be quick with the ball. I got to put my agility up. When agility only affects off-ball movement, not your burst when you have the ball in your hands. Pay attention to not only the actual meaning of badges, but also the actual meaning of your attributes that you're upgrading. My next tip is make your build for you. Do not just copy other people's builds, other people's build videos, and expect it to be the perfect build for you. You can watch those videos or look at other people's builds and gather information, gather ideas from it, but make sure you tweak it so that it's a build you want to play on. Just because you see a good player playing on a build, or you see a good player upload a video of a build, that doesn't mean you should make that build, because it might not fit the way you want to play. It might not get the attributes, the badges, the animations that you want that's going to make you enjoy playing on that build. Make sure you gather information, take ideas from other people's builds and build videos, but ultimately tweak it and make the build that you want to make so that you actually enjoy your build. In terms of build optimization, making sure you're getting the best bang for your buck when it comes to your cap breakers is a vital part of that. And the cap breaker preview screen that is now included in the builder is going to help you do that. One thing, you have to get your attributes all the way finished. You have to be a 99 overall in the builder before you can see the cap breaker preview. I do think it would have been nice to be able to have the option to see how the cap breakers fluctuate as you put attributes up and down. But the way they set it up is you have to finish your attributes, finishing, all your attributes, getting to that 99 overall in the builder before it lets you see your cap breaker preview. But it is definitely a lot better than loading all the way into the city to see those cap breakers. So definitely take advantage of that cap breaker preview screen. The next tip is in regards to Takeover. Takeover is a completely different system in NBA 2K27, and essentially whatever you're doing a lot of in the game that you're playing, that Takeover will automatically pop.
This isn't the
no
video
more dunk, 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 and then you pop deep bomber.
This is the last topic anyway,
for the
so we're gonna
Takeover
skip ahead.
ability,
This is the one I was trying to see from Jono.
The NBA 2K27 My Player Builder
different
breakdown.
video.
Not going to waste any time. All I ask is that you take a second and drop a
go
like
through the
on the
video.
video.
This is important.
Let's get straight into it. You can pick male or female now. If you do pick female, you can only play in the city. If you want to play MyCareer or Eras, you have to pick a male player. Next, you have the choice to create your own or pick from a template build. We're going to create our own, obviously, because we're trying to break down this builder. Enter your vitals, and let's get straight to it. With pure green windows being smaller in NBA 2K27, it's going to be more important than ever to get the biggest green window jump shot for your specific build. And NBA 2K, how many badge tokens each badge is going to cost. More on that later. You'll notice that although visually a lot of the attribute stuff looks the same, it is actually different. For example, last year on a 6'8" minimum wingspan, minimum weight player, you could get 95 perimeter. This year it's only 87. You'll notice that adjusting your wingspan and your weight has a much more drastic effect on not only perimeter, but also on your driving dunk. The lower the wingspan, the harsher the penalty on your driving dunk this year. The lower the weight, the harsher the penalty on your perimeter. But you'll notice something as I keep scrolling through the heights here. I'm just seeing, like, at any point, you know, at any height, does it start to change how the weight and the wingspan affect those attributes? And as I go up the heights here, you'll notice once I get to 6'10" and up, lowering the weight actually raises your perimeter. So it's like the cutoff for big men, I guess. Like, you know, a lighter big man is going to have better perimeter defense than a heavier big man. But on 6'9", 6'8", 6'7", 6'5", 4'3", the lower, like the more kind of wing guard players, the lower your weight, it lowers your perimeter. So that's something to keep in mind as you're making your builds this year. You know, last year on a 6'8" player, there really was no penalty for going low weight, low wingspan. Low weight, low wingspan would have a 95 perimeter, and then if you upgraded it to max wingspan, you'd only have a 96 perimeter. This year, it's a lot more harsher penalty on those wings and guards if you're going minimum weight and minimum wingspan. So definitely something to consider when making your build. But here's the example that I was talking about. Right now I'm getting into the power forwards, and you know, I'm looking at, you know, the 6'9" power forward, and I notice, okay, like, the attributes are still reacting the same to when I lower the weight, lower the wingspan. But once I get to 6'10" and I lower that weight, I'm like, perimeter is now going up. So just a threshold that I noticed in terms of a height cutoff, in terms of how weight affects your attributes. So when you're looking at your attributes, although visually it may look the same, make sure you're paying attention to how things react, because there are differences between the 26 builder and the 27 builder in attributes. Once you finalize your physicals and advance to the next screen, now you're going to put your attributes on. On the right side of the screen, if you click triangle or Y, you can go from relevant badges to all badges. And this might have some value this year because a lot of badges have been split, like the offensive rebound and defensive rebound badge has been split. The midi shooting badges and the three-point shooting badges have been split. So remembering which badges are tied to which attributes, you can use the relevant badges tab to, you know, make sure you understand what's going on, or you can keep it on all badges and just see what goes up as you put up each attribute. Another thing a lot of people kept asking was what determines your badge tokens. Where you put your attributes determines how many badge tokens you're going to get in each category. You know, if you max out your shooting, you're going to get the maximum amount of shooting badge tokens. Same with other categories, right? So not only pay attention to badge thresholds and what attributes you want to get, but also pay attention to, you know, maybe sometimes one more tick up on an attribute might get you an extra badge token. Just something to keep in mind as you're making your build. Now, when you click in the left stick, you're going to get a lot of tabs to pop up that are going to help you. The first one is the badges tab. It shows you every badge in the game and the attribute requirement for each level, the height threshold, everything you could want. You can scroll from each category: finishing, shooting, playmaking, defense, rebounding, physicals. Now pay close attention to badge thresholds because a lot of the rating requirements for certain badge levels has changed. You will notice if you pay attention compared to last year's builder. You'll also notice that Hoff badges are the highest level you can unlock through attributes. There is a way to push your badge levels all the way to legend, but we're going to talk about that later when we get to the badge screen. But I'm going to scroll through all of these, and at the end of it, there is also all the takeover options and their requirements. So if you want to pause this and look at it, you can. I'm going to let this run through, and then I'm going to come back when we get to the next tab.
I do want to see all this, but I'm not doing that right now. I think 2K Labs already has all the badge requirements. It's important when you make your build. Fortunately, we don't got the builders. We can't make no build. Kind of killing me, I'm gonna be honest. I was like, oh, I'm gonna hype up the day, make a bunch of builds. Would have had at least 2 masterful builds by now.
Moving on to the next tab, the animations tab. This is where you're going to see the attribute requirement for every animation in the game, and you're going to want to pay attention because a lot of your favorite moves rating requirements has changed. For example, Kevin Durant go-to shot is now a 94 shot rating to unlock it. Even dribble moves, you know, a popular escape last year was the SGA escape. That is now a 91 ball handle requirement. So if you're making your build and you're like, oh, I'm gonna go to, you know, an 85 ball handle because that's what I need for these moves, you might want to double check, because although, you know, the moves might have the same name and the same animation tied to them, the attribute requirement to unlock them could be different. So definitely utilizing this animation tab while you're creating your build to make sure you get the SIGs that you want is going to be valuable. The next tab is your cap breakers tab, but you can't view your cap breakers unless you upgrade your attributes and are a 99 overall in the builder. So I'm going to show y'all. I'm just going to put up some stuff here. I'm not actually like taking the time to make a good build, so please do not copy this. I'm just putting the attributes up so we could see that the cap breakers show up. I would rather you be able to see the cap breakers as you make your build, similar to how that website was last year that a lot of us used, where you could see like as you put up each attribute how the cap breakers changed. In here they made it so you have to be a 99 overall to be able to see the cap breaker amounts. You know, it's definitely a nice addition, but it's not exactly executed to the best way possible in my opinion. But when you hit 99 overall in the attribute screen, you can scroll over to your cap breakers tab and now see them in the builder. Moving on to when you actually put on your badges and decide what you want to use, I'm going to try to keep it as simple as possible, but there is a lot of things to consider when we get to these, you know, kind of all the stuff going on here. So bear with me. It's going to take a little bit, but I think you're going to learn a lot, and it's going to help you actually understand how to utilize this to the best of your ability. When you get to this screen, this is where, you know, it shows you how many badge tokens you have in each category. Obviously, in this version, we actually had max badges. But when you make your build in the game, you're obviously going to have to grind to unlock those badge tokens. So when you click on badges for the first time, they give you a little tutorial. Each discipline has its own badge slots where related badges can be equipped. Earn badge tokens in games, practice, and workouts. Meet a badge's attribute requirements, then spend tokens to equip it in a slot. Attribute requirements and token cost are shown here. Meet both to equip the badge. So the first part is pretty self-explanatory. Badge tokens. We've had similar things in past 2Ks where each badge has a specific cost. You have a certain number of badge tokens in each discipline. You have to decide which badges you want to spend your tokens on. It's not like 2K26 where just every badge that your build meets the requirement for, you're going to have. You have to actually decide which badges you want to put on. But there's a whole bunch of other stuff going on with bonus slots, bonus tokens, the synergy with fuse and reaction badges, and how it all ties together with +1s and 2s and getting token refunds, and it's a whole lot. So bear with me. This part is relatively simple, deciding which badges you want to put on initially, and then we're going to keep going, and I'm going to try to simplify all this as best as possible so that when y'all start making your builds, you understand. All right, so just going through, seeing what badges I want to spend my tokens on. But once we click in that R3 button, we're getting more tutorials about what's going on. Bonus slots are earned through prizing and can be moved to any discipline at any time. Bonus tokens are also earned from prizing and can be moved to any discipline at any time. All right, so here's a perfect example. In my defense category right now, I only have 2 badge tokens available, but I need 3 for silver high flying denier. So I'm going to go over to my bonus badge slots. I'm going to apply one of those bonus badge tokens to the defense category, giving me 3 defense tokens available, which then I can apply and unlock the silver high flying denier. That is going to be a theme across all your categories, right? You can apply those bonus tokens to any category. So when you don't have enough tokens, you want to get a badge, you can utilize those bonus badge tokens. Now here's an example of bonus slots. There are 5 total rebounding badges, but I only have 4 badge slots available in the rebounding category. So I'm going to apply some bonus tokens so that I have enough tokens to put on all the rebounding badges. But of course, like I said, there's 5 rebounding badges. I only have 4 slots. So this is where I can utilize that bonus slot. So as you can see, I'm selecting the rebounding badges that I want. I'm filling those 4 slots that I have available, but there's another rebounding badge that I want to put on. So I'm going to utilize one of my bonus slots. Clicking that R3 button again, going over to the slot section, I'm going to go down to rebounding, and I'm going to add a 5th slot available in the rebounding category. Once I apply that slot, I can then go in, spend the rest
I
of my
figured that's
tokens
how it
on that
works, but
5th
I'm actually
rebounding
seeing it now,
badge,
which is really
and then I'm
nice.
able to unlock all 5 rebounding badges on this hypothetical center build that you're looking at right here. So optimizing your build to the fullest, you're going to have to utilize those bonus slots and bonus tokens. Now we're going to go down and break down this whole synergy thing. Fuse badge slots grant a +1 or 2 level boost for the full game at no token cost. Any badge meeting its requirement can be slotted here. Now we slide down to reaction badges. Reaction badges link to fuse badges. Trigger the fuse badge enough times in a game to boost the linked reaction badge 1 or 2 levels for the rest of the game. The reaction badge list is limited to those associated with the fuse badge. We're going to break all this down in more detail, but we're running through this tutorial right now, so bear with me. I know it can be a lot. And then over here on the right side of the screen, eligible synergy badge boosts and potential token refunds appear here. All right, so let's break all this down, and then we're going to talk about a bunch of different possibilities on how to utilize this type of stuff. All right, so down in the synergy, your fuse badge is going to be a +1 or +2, depending on which fuse badge you use, at all times, right? And this is how you can push your badges to legend. The only way to push your badges to legend is in the synergy slot. You can't get legend badges from your attributes this year. Okay, so for example, I'm going to put my Hall of Fame rebounding badge down in the fuse slot in the synergy section to get a +1 and push it to legend. At the same time, you're going to see I just got a bunch of rebounding tokens back. You get refunded those tokens that you use down there. It's similar to core badges in 2K23. Anything you put down there in the fuse slot, you're going to get refunded tokens for those. So it's going to be really important how you utilize those slots, not only for the +1s and 2s, but also in terms of maximizing your token output on your builds. Because check it out, now that I got refunded those tokens, I can remove those bonus badges that I added, and now I can apply those bonus badges to another category because I just got a bunch of rebounding tokens back. I don't need to use the bonus tokens in the rebounding category anymore. It's definitely a bit overwhelming at first, and once you start doing it more and more, you start to realize like, maybe I shouldn't have put that badge in there because now I have all these tokens that I'm not even using in this category. Like it's just a lot to think about and consider when making your build. Obviously all of these things are going to have to be unlocked. So initially off the rip, you're not even going to have to make some of these decisions, but once we start unlocking more slots, it's definitely going to be a lot of things to consider. And we haven't even gotten into then you're trying to implement cap breakers and all types of things. Now, as I was saying, you're going to have to unlock these synergy badge slots. And I mean, check it out. Level 28 in a crew. The next +1 that you can unlock in the fuse slot is level 39 in a crew. Like these are, it's going to take a little bit of time. This is from the build specialization. I'm not sure at what level you get it, but you got to get it through build specialization. And then the last +2 you can get is earned at Legend 2 rep. Like that's going to take, that's going to be a long time. A lot of people aren't even going to get that one. So you definitely are going to have to grind through. The next +1 that you can unlock in the fuse slot is level 39 in a crew. Like these are, it's going to take a little bit of time. This is for doing it more and more. You start to realize like, maybe I shouldn't have put that badge in there because now I have all these tokens that I'm not even using in this category. Like it's you start unlocking more slots. It's definitely going to be a lot of things to consider, and we haven't even gotten into then you're trying to implement cap breakers and all types of things. Now, as I was saying, you're going to have to unlock these synergy badge slots, and I mean, check it out. Level 28 in a crew. The next +1 that you can unlock in the fuse slot is level 39 in a crew. Like these are, it's going to take a little bit of time. This is from the build specialization. I'm not sure at what level you get it, but you got to get it through build specialization. And then the last +2 you can get is earned at Legend 2 rep. Like that's going to take, that's going to be a long time. A lot of people aren't even going to get that one. So you definitely are going to have to. Now the reaction badge, as they said, it ties to the fuse badge. You do not get that reaction badge +1 or +2 all game long. You have to activate the reaction badge by using the fused badge above it a certain number of times in a game. So you're gonna, but it will turn gold once I use brick wall. For example, I just linked my set in 5. Going to be something that we're going to have to figure out as the year goes on, but I was told you do not receive any extra badge tokens depending upon where you put your cap breakers. So make sure, you know, if you're planning on making one of those builds where you start with a 53 pointer and then you're going to cap break it all the way up to 90, or you know what I mean? We found some glitchy cap breakers last year. I'm sure we're going to find some this year. Make sure you have enough badge tokens in that category to actually use those badges that you're going to be getting from the cap breakers. Obviously, you can unlock.
All right. Let's go with the 2K Lab. Shout out to 2K Lab. They do great.
NBA 2K27 My Player Builder is finally here, and I'm gonna make sure you guys have the best info when it comes to making your day one build. There is so much brand new content in the builder, you might get overwhelmed. With the all new badge token system, new badge and animation threshold, badge synergy, and even badge progression. But after watching this video, I guarantee you'll have a better idea of how to make your build. Tip number 1, you can make builds on the 2K app right now. This gives you plenty of time to lab and make sure you don't rush your day one build. You can make up to 15 builds in the 2K app, and you can also import these builds as well. Tip number 2, I'm sure you've heard by now, but you can create female My Players. But there's one important caveat. You won't have access to the MyCareer story, but you will have access to the Rec, Theater, Park, and Street Kings. Tip number 3, always double check animation and badge requirements. Old moves might have new requirements, and a lot of badge thresholds have changed, since you can't acquire legend badges via attributes anymore. And we'll have every acquire legend badges. You can't acquire legend badges via new requirements, and a old moves might have new requirements, and a lot of badge thresholds have changed, since you can't acquire legend badges via attributes anymore. And we'll have every single animation badge requirement, jump shot requirement on NBA2klab.com. Tip number 4, wingspans now have a more pronounced effect when it comes to shooting, defense, rebounding, and finishing, which means you now have to make important decisions on how you tailor and customize your build. Tip number 5, strength now is a bit more meaningful than it was in 26, with many defense and rebounding badges requiring it. Badges like box out boss on defense or breaker on offense, and even wall up badge now require a good amount of strength. So just keep this in mind, as it might be an attribute you no longer want to punt, especially if you're a big man. Tip number 6, legend badges are now only accessible via max plus 1s or max plus 2s, which makes Hall of Fame badges extremely valuable and also very expensive to acquire. This next category of tips will focus exclusively on badges, badge slots, and lastly, badge tokens, which are said to be the biggest game changer in NBA 2K27. So pay close attention, because this is the part where a lot of people get confused. So tip number 7, every single build starts with 20 badge slots, which are split up across the 6 disciplines. These badge slots, just like badge tokens, are determined by your investment in each discipline. The more attributes you have in a specific discipline, the more badge slots and badge tokens you will have. Tip number 8, with physicals now being its own discipline, you can no longer apply leftover cap breakers to your physicals. Tip number 9, a lot of badges have been split up into more targeted options. 2 new badges for mid-range, 2 new badges for 3-point, along with the 5 new rebounding badges. Tip number 10, badge progression is similar to 2K23, where you'll have to earn your available badge tokens by doing things associated with each discipline. Tip number 11, and this one is important. Be aware that just because you meet a badge requirement, you may not have enough badge tokens or badge slots to equip it. So just be mindful of which badges you want to prioritize, because 2K is making a deliberate move towards more specialized builds. Tip number 12, while builds will be more specialized early on, we should see more demigod type builds later in the year as you earn and unlock bonus badge slots and tokens. You can do that through things like build specialization, season rewards, crew rewards, and rep rewards. Tip 13, bonus tokens and bonus slots can be applied to any discipline, and you can also reset them at any time so you're not locked in. Tip 14, we now have badge loadouts which we can select before each game to tailor your badges toward your matchup or game mode, with a total of 4 badge loadouts to be acquired through different rewards. Tip 15, remember max plus 1s and max plus 2s? Now they can be found under the synergy section, and they work a lot differently. Synergy slots like fuse and reaction are earned through season rewards, build specialization, crew progression, and rep. Synergy slots earned by season rewards are reset every season, but synergy earned through build specialization, crew, and rep rewards are permanent across all save files. Tip 16, there are 16 total synergy slots across fuse and reaction. 12 of them will provide a max plus 1, while 4 of them will provide a max plus 2. Tip 17, while there are 4 obtainable max plus 2s, most players will likely only acquire 2. The first max plus 2 requires you to grind your build.
Let's go to takeovers.
Provides a unique set of attribute boosts as well. And in order to get these takeover abilities, you'll need to do things associated with each discipline to activate their respective ability. Tip 23, each takeover ability requires a certain amount of attributes, and you can easily
of the day. After this,
Best Buy has deals you'll love. Today is the day that you get to see what the dribbling is actually like on NBA 2K27. We are doing a lot in this video, and we're going to talk about a lot of things. We're going to have a little tutorial in this video. I'll show you how to do some moves, how to quick stop, how to speed boost on small and big guards. We're going to go over some new animation requirements. We're going to talk about the difference in speed boosting because it is a little different from NBA 2K26. I'm going to give you guys the animations I was using, and lastly, we're just going to talk about dribbling as a whole because it is a lot, and I could talk about dribbling for a while. So first things first, you're gonna notice I was missing a lot of jump shots. Ignore that, I had on a trash jumper, but thankfully when 2K27 comes out, I know I can rely on NBA 2K Labs to hook me up with a good jump shot. They test all the best custom jump shots and upload them directly. I'll leave the link in the description. All right, so my biggest concern with the dribbling on 2K27 is how inconsistent speed boosting is on big guards. This is all the same player with all of the same dribble moves equipped. And sometimes I'll get a good speed boost. Other times I will get a horrendous one. And I personally have no idea what I was doing different. And it's not just me, because to my knowledge, with all the creators that I spoke to at Community Day, nobody knew how to get a consistent speed boost every time on a big guard. So hopefully it's just a timing and an angle thing. It most likely is. Like, the community, I guarantee you within like a week is going to know exactly how to speed boost on the big guards. It's just going to take a little bit of time. But the bigger problem is that, and I don't have a lot of clips of this, is that out of every other move besides my escape, I could not figure out how to speed boost, okay? I could only speed boost on a big guard out of an escape, and that is it. So hopefully it's not just the escapes, and maybe you gotta do a hesitation or like a specific hesi you gotta put on to speed boost out of other moves. I don't know. Hopefully this is all figured out shortly after the game drops. Okay, now for the small guards, it's kind of the same thing, where if you speed boost out of your escape, it can be a good animation or it can be a trash one. Okay, so is it better than the tall guards? Yes, it is way better, but I'm going to show you a better way to speed boost and why these small guards are about to be glitchy. But first, just like, look how inconsistent these speed boost animations are. It's sloppy, it's clunky, but let's get into the good speed boost animation on these small guards. And you're gonna do that with your signature size up this year. How did I know? Not with your escape. Exactly. Look how much faster it is. On top of that, it's consistent. Speed boosting out. You're gonna do that with your signature size up. Do the good.
I've been saying this from the moment I saw the gameplay. I said size ups are the new meta because you're not losing adrenaline. You can speed boost out them. What I saw whenever they dropped out a week ago, the first gameplay footages, and he just announced
speed boost animation on these small guards. Check it out. You're gonna do that with your signature size up this year, not with your escape. Look how much faster it is. On top of that, it's consistent. Speed boosting out of your escape is not. So how you run and speed boost out of your sig size up is very easy. Let's say the ball is in your right hand. You're going to flick your right stick up diagonal to the left, and then hold turbo and run left. That's all you gotta do. It's very easy. All right, now I'm gonna teach you how to quick stop. Obviously very important, so pay attention. It is different from 2K26, but it is very simple. When you're ready to quick stop, all you're gonna do is let go of your right and left stick, tap L2 or LT, and shoot the ball. That is it. Again, you're gonna run when you're ready to shoot and quick stop. You're gonna let go of your right and left stick, tap the left trigger, then shoot the ball. For the rest of the dribble tutorial, I'm just gonna run through these quick, except the last one, which is one of the best moves, if not the best move in the game already. Yes, if you guys have watched me, I think you guys know what I'm talking about. So to spam your escape, it's the same thing as last year. You're holding the right trigger and you are flicking your right stick right to left horizontally back and forth. That's how you spam your escape. Pretty much all with the behind the back this year, it's really weird because I was doing the controls exactly the same every time, and for some reason it just wouldn't activate, and other good dribblers were having this problem as well. So the controls are the same as last year. You're holding the right. Speaking of the KD, let's talk about the animation requirements, because the KD was one of the animations that was changed. So on 2K26, you needed to have an 87 midi or an 87-3 to use the KD go-to shot on a 6'5" and up player, right? On 2K27, they changed the requirement for your midi and three-pointer to be a 94. So you need to have your midi or three at a 94 to use the KD go-to shot. I'm gonna assume they knew it was good, or a lot of people complained that it was overpowered, so they raised the rating. Again, this is just an assumption. I was not told this. This is just me assuming why it was increased. Now for the next animation change, I don't understand this one at all. So the Paolo Banchero was a good go-to shot, but it was not as near as good or as effective as the KD. Last year, it required a 79 midi or three-pointer. They also bumped this up to a 94. This I don't understand at all. I'm gonna assume that maybe they're trying to like nerf how the really
animation. I
big guard. I have a few pictures of them. I will put those on screen in a bit. As for my small guard, I will just tell you what they are off the top of my head. But I want to say this, okay? There are a lot of animations and drill moves in this game. As you can see, like I'm gonna keep on scrolling here for a bit, right? There is a lot. It's gonna be really overwhelming at first, and I still am overwhelmed even looking at it. Like, it is a lot to equip, okay? So you have your core animations, which are like the most important to like base everything off of. So for example, like your dribble style, your escape, your crossover, your step back, your behind the back. And once you get like those down as a foundation, then you can tweak and play with the less important ones. Like for example, the between the legs cross. It's your like running between the legs. It's not, you know, a core move that you're gonna be using all the time, right? So here are most of the dribble moves that I was using on my big guard at Community Day. Let me tell you which ones were different. So the first one that I had different was my breakdown combo. I had that as Jordan Poole. My behind the back escape I had as Kawhi Leonard. Combo moves I had it at Pro. My crossover escape I was going back and forth between Jimmy Butler and Paul George. And my crossover step back I had as Vince Carter. Now for my small guards, the main dribble moves you're gonna wanna equip are Ja Morant dribble style, Stephen Curry crossover escape, signature size up is Donovan Mitchell, breakdown combo is Jordan Poole, behind the back escape is Kawhi Leonard or Stephen Curry, hesitation crossover combo is SGA, double crossover combo is Ja Morant, and crossover step back is Kyrie Irving. All right, now let's talk about dribbling as a whole, because it's similar to 2K26 in certain aspects, but in other aspects, it is not at all. So first off, I want to actually touch back on the animations. Yeah, it's overwhelming, but I am so happy that we have all that custom that we can like mix and match animations. Like I said earlier, having the Paul George escape and the SGA explosive escape from last year on one player is super tough. You can mix and match your behind the backs. For example, you can have on the Kobe White explosive behind the back with the Scottie Pippen moving behind the back. You can mix and match your step backs. I just love how much creativity and customization we're gonna have with dribbling this year. Enough about the animations. Let's talk about the dribbling feel. So the best way I can describe it is it's clunky but smooth at the same time if you know what you are doing. If you don't know what you're doing, it's gonna feel very clunky and sloppy and slidey. If you do know what you're doing, it's gonna feel really smooth and you're gonna feel like you're really in control. Now, the best way I can say to have control and not dribble bad is you need to pace yourself, okay? Like if you're just out there, right, left, up, down, blah, 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 you're gonna screw up your moves, okay? You're gonna get a lot of animations that you do not want. This was happening to all of us a ton, okay? Because we're trying to like rush through our moves and get to the next combo, blah, blah, blah. But with this game, you have to pace your drill moves and you have to do everything a little slower, okay? Maybe that could change once we dribble on the game more and we figure stuff out. But as of now, you gotta pace yourself and like really focus on getting the angles and the timing of your dribble moves correctly. In case there was any confusion, if you can't dribble properly, then it's gonna feel clunky. If you can, it's not. It's gonna feel really smooth. I think the dribbling is gonna have a really big skill gap this year. Like, it is definitely harder to dribble on this game than it is on 2K26. Like, I just hopped on 26 because I was like looking at the footage and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna hop on 26 and just see how the dribbling feels. And bro, the dribbling, just the feel on 26 is so much easier than this. Maybe I'm wrong because I only played it for a day. I guess we'll have to wait and see until the game comes out. when you get this game, or if you have this game right now, remember that I felt clunky and slidey when I first started to dribble. So if you feel clunky or slidey or awkward when you're dribbling, it's okay. Everybody felt it.
Yo, before I finish this video, 2K, I know some of y'all managers and devs be watching me. Go ahead and put that app out, because I'm not about to sit here and watch everybody's video. I'm not a video watcher. Did it yesterday, doing it today. Love these guys. They're cool peoples. I want to make builds. This is what the stream is named. And if you make me turn the stream off without the app being active, we going to war. You think you could do this to me? I'm King Kong. All right, just saying.
Like that. All right, so if you want to watch more clips of dribbling on 2K27, continue watching this video. I'm gonna head out. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Drop a like if you could. I'd really appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button, turn that bell. We're gonna be posting a lot on NBA 2K27. Have a good day. Enjoy the rest of the video. Enjoy these dribbling clips. Go out.
It's gonna be an elite amount of dribbling this year, because not everybody's gonna be perfect. But people get used to it quick. What you gotta understand is that if people sticks with a new dribble system, community will get used to it. They'll get better. They'll be very skilled players out there. You know? Oh my God, this dude got music. What was I doing? I'm just gonna watch some of his dribbles and see what he's doing here. He's doing a lot of escapes and launches. He's testing the launches. And the thing you got to know is, like, until we get our hands on and really go deeper, everything he's doing is a guessing game. He's guessing. The first hour he touched the sticks. He had a community event. They're like, hey, come do this video. We're going to record. By the way, we got an interview. He's distracted trying to make new tests. But it takes a while to learn each of the systems. You know, these guys put a lot of effort into it. So far, I'm saying the small guards are moving. All guards, we have to figure that out. It's not going to be hard. There's going to be specific dribble styles that'll help you with your escape. Maybe it's the escape move itself. Maybe we got to change that, because people couldn't launch out of escapes as effectively for tall guards. So why not switch the escape, put on some weird one, see if you can launch out of it. You know what I mean? I don't understand. People don't want to test every single animation. They want to stick with the ones that they... But pretty good stuff from Dirk here. I want to keep watching, but so many videos. Oh, actually, wait a minute. I know which video I needed to. Right here, I just bookmarked it right here. So my mans and them got, shout out to Kane Dooms. I don't know if he realizes, like, the Kane Dynasty and Doomsday, you know, coming out. When is it? December? He's had this name before all that. Shout out to him. He got a lot of builds, 9 builds. So we're gonna go through this. I want to listen.
Position in the build, archetype, name. In that chapter, sparks your interest, you click straight to it. Everybody wants to get straight to the point. And first build right here, 6'9". This isn't your typical 6'9" build right here that we're used to seeing. You were able to sacrifice strength in previous years. It's more of a pro on 5s, like lead play meta. You can say, oh, well, I'm not gonna say meta. I can't say. But for me to say meta, this is typically your format, what most power forwards would go for. You want that perimeter for the switches. You need interior, of course, to stop shit in the paint. Mashing, because mashing, I feel, is going to be really good on this game. Typically, I go for 99 block, but it's too expensive on this, so I dropped it to where I believe it is a threshold 493, so it's more in place of cap breakers. But at the time, I didn't go to the cap breakers on the screen, so that's kind of where I sold. 83 vertical is still pogo stick, that I do remember. 90 defensive rebounding, that'll be the sweet spot for sink snatcher, and that is Hall of Fame. 78 is set and fire on silver, that's the catch and shoot 3-ball badge. 77 pass act, now this is something you might would eventually want a cap breaker. I think it's risky still, but pertaining to how I did this build, of having my physicals pretty decent and I feel you were pretty much able to do the same thing. The biggest sacrifice for me was this point right here, because a lot of the shooting badges isn't tied to mid and 3-point anymore. Last year, I put my mid range at 96 because all my shooting, besides Limitless, jumped up to Hall of Fame. That's not the case anymore this year.
See, actually, I'm going to mute him until we can get the screenshots. So finishing is rough. I need to see the cap breakers, because the thing is, the cap breakers can tell me a lot about a build. He's not showcasing the cap breaker. Can't judge a build straight off the. You always got to do the homework. Check the cap breakers. I'm not seeing anything impressive so far from nobody. There wasn't one that I'm like, this is the greatest thing ever. Maybe that's just me being picky and wanting to maximize. I get screenshots. So contact dunks, good. This is like a comp build for sure. This I could make. I was just telling y'all from my small guard how well we made last year, the offensive juggernaut, but he has some good steals on this and a little bit of perimeter. I assume it will give him cap breakers to use to basically this is another offensive juggernaut, but it's way more deadly with the mid-range and three-pointer, and it has no dunks. Basically got good defense. This is not bad. This might be the wave this year. If layups are powerful, you never know. We might go with no contact dunk. They usually have contacts. Just more fun to just dunk on somebody. But 6'7". This is an interesting one. Decent all around. I'm not into it. And this is a 6'8", kind of standard on shooting, but really good finishing, decent dribbling, solid defense. It's all right. Again, you can't judge these until you get hands on the game. Cap breakers are number one. What is this? What are you doing? Oh, oh wait, I took a screenshot of the wrong. I was about to say, he gotta be trolling. There it is. Contact dunks, good middies, good dribbles, really, really good speed and agility, good steals. It's not bad. Not bad. All right, so what else? There's a lot of videos. As I watch this, it's 2 hours in since they were supposed to release the damn had to release it and they didn't. 2 hours worth of no. Did we watch Jerome Jones? I think we did, right? A lot of people streaming, so it's hard to see who's actually making builds. Yeah, I think I saw everybody. I think that's it. All the builds I can find at the moment. A lot. Hey man, we did it. We did it, we did it. Let me turn this off. Gee. All right, we're taking a break. I don't watch a lot of videos. I tend to like to get my hands on something. I don't know if that's old school. I don't know what that is. It's even with like movies. I don't want to hear a review. I don't want to know about somebody's impressions. I don't care. Let me go see the movie. Then I could look at that after maybe. And that's what I was hoping to do today. I'm about to tweet some rage. Not rage, it's just be saying like, yo, come on, 2K. All right, so I'm actually gonna make another video right now. Since I took a lot of screenshots, we can kind of analyze all of these builds. Actually go through, rundown. Let me do that real quick. I'm gonna make a file. Community day builds. There we go. Now we got community day builds. I can throw them all in there. Oh wow, I got the replay thing on. Hold on. One of these Dooms builds got a good hit because that at 82, not a 9. All right, so we got a lot. We got a lot. 24 community day. So that's what we're gonna call this video. How about that? All right, let's do it. We're gonna make some videos. Might as well be productive. Right now they got me cooked. Honestly, let me write this down. Before we continue, I gotta do something. Talk to my A. I want to make a list of YouTubers that I watched a video of, and I want you to note them and have them in a very easy list, okay? Here we go. Kane Dooms, Young Dirt, Time 2K, Shoot Every Talk, Double H, Bowser, Joey 2K, Solo, Chico, Bam, Swag Godly, Brother Jones, Simply Grinding, talking to my AI real quick. Unreal. Go ahead and make this happen. All right, folks. So what we're gonna do is go through all the builds. I'm gonna run through the details and then talk about them as we go. Casually. A lot. But one sec. Oh no. Bruh. I think I have the capture on here. Oh, there it is. Now we got it. Ooh. So put picks in. Those watching, 1 second. We're setting up for a video. A lot of times people don't realize, like, you got to do some work before you make a video on stream. Is not easy. You got to go through a process of ensuring you're prepared for do a live stream recording that you're gonna end up up. You dig, you dig. Actually. All right, here we go. I think we're good. Ready? So we got officially 25 builds from Community Day when the creators got a chance to play, make their own builds. And I want to run through reviewing them, giving you some thoughts on what to expect, how to prepare and lock in for this. Quick disclaimer, these guys got a couple of hours of hands-on. They didn't get, a week to figure this stuff out. But my criticism is mostly based on the builds. I most likely would have made a build like that. And, thing to learn and study and taking your time is why I like, playing at home and actually diving deep. So just keep that in mind. I want to list some of the creators. You have Kane, Dooms, Young. You have Time, 2K, Shoot Every Talk, Double H, Bowser, Joey 2K, Solo, Chico, Spam, God, Swag Godly, Brother Jones, and Simply Grinding as the peoples that I'll be using their builds for. I'm not sure which person's build is which all the time, so it's more just giving them their flowers and showing love as we go. All right, here goes number one. And the main thing that I want to mention about this is most of these builds didn't show the cap breakers, so you can't even judge that build until you see the cap breakers. Unfortunately, we did not get to see every cap breaker. This one is a good one overall. So when you look at it, it has driving dunk with contact dunks. I like it at 89. There's certain little animations that are just better at 89. So personally, I have mines all last year at 89, and I might have them this year as well. Then if you scroll down, the shooting is good in the 87 to 89. You get good badges. And the person did both mid-range and three-pointers. Because of the badges, they're actually separated this year. So you can't just put up mid-ranges and then be a good three-point shooter. You need to do both if you want to be effective. Then they have a 70 pass. It's doable for 3s and 2s, and if you want in 5s, but in 5s in elite level, you got to be higher if you're going to be the point guard. Then you have the 86. This is to get the best animations, in my opinion, for a tall guard in the game from what I've seen so far. And then speed with ball is to get takeover at an 80. Again, this was a 6'8 build, and as you can see right here, it has good perimeter and good blocks. The interior is a little low for this year. I think it's going to have to be higher. And on top of that, the steal is okay. You can get away with some good steals, even lower than that if you're just good. And then last but not least, the speed, as you see here, speed at a 87 is not bad. Plus an 85 agility. That means you're going to be able to play solid defense off ball and get some fast breaks in. And then vertical to get the contact dunks and good contests. So I like this. This one's a plus for me. It is something you can make in the build if that's what you're up for. Now I want to talk about this one, which was similar to that one, But they did a lot of things that I personally would have done, which was give it better defense. As you can see right here, the perimeter defense is solid like that, and the steals is high enough to get better badges. And then what they did too with the drive and dunk is you're going to get a good amount of dunks once you upgrade it 5 cap breakers. They thought about that and they got it. Then for mid-range and three-pointer, it is overpowered for a taller guard. And then again, the same kind of thing at 86 to beat the right animations. And then from there, it's all standard. I love the speed and agility. That is helpful, extremely helpful on defense, and then pretty good for offense if you're off ball, trying to cut or something, body, things like that. This is a 2s build most likely. And then we want to get into another pretty damn good one. I like the fact that these builds give me the cap breakers so I can show you. You got contact dunks at 87. You have really hardcore 3 with a little bit of midi, enough to kind of get a standstill midi maybe, or we'll see how strong mid-range is this year. And then overall dribbling, the 85 is going to give you some of the good ones, but the animation requirements change and people don't know that. So they think it's like last year. And so they're going to have to use a max +1 to get it a little higher. Then overall, pretty damn good for strength and the overall defense. It is solid. Nothing too crazy, but I can dig it. I can dig it. And then from there, we're going to go over to a power forward at 6'7". This is a speedy popper, as they say, and this is actually from Swaggy. I can remember specifically because of the name that he put on the bottom. And Swaggy basically wants to play elite basketball, but you can be one of these poppers who faces the floor for your teammate, but still can be a lockdown defender, can play the center on the 2s and 3s with this amount of rebound and defense and physicals. It's going to be solid, especially in the competitive scene, which is what he plays in. They're playing for money in tournaments every week, basically. And this is good. I would recommend one of his builds for power forward. He is certified. This is an inside. I don't like inside power forwards or centers. I prefer the poppers to be able to have versatility and give people space to work. But and if you want to pick and roll, just be nasty down there. You're going to get every rebound while your guard is going to try to score the whole time while you set crazy picks. Look at the strength. This is the main thing you want to pay attention to. Strength is outrageous. That way he can just go crazy. Try it out if you want, but that's not me. This is another one that I actually really like, and it is semi-post scorer-ish with the validation of defense, perimeter, and blocking and interior. So it's still capable of being a well-rounded center / power forward when necessary. And I like this. This is a nice one that you can think about in that center position. One. Then you got Homeboy Spam. You can see him on the bottom left. This is his 6'2". He's one of the top players of last year. Really good job playing. He's gonna have that 99.3, decent mid-range, and then contact dunks. That's all you need, and then some solid defense. For a 6'4", gotta try to maximize as much as you can defensively because you have to make up for the height. And then offensively, the main thing you want to pay attention to is 92 last year gave us the good animations, but we got to double check and lock in for that. We're not sure what all the animations are, but felt like this was a good small guard. And then somebody made a 7'4" big, which has no type of speed and agility, but look at that strength, 95 maximum. Basically backing people down. You're 7'4". You're gonna do post moves, step throughs. You can get some decent offensive rebounds, and you could probably play the ones, just backing people down the whole game, popping off with some threes, but mostly going close shots the whole game. Hey, it's doable. It's a way to play. I wouldn't say it's my favorite way or anything like that. Then we got another build here with very good offensive. You can see it's nasty. Dribbling's a little low, but remember, this is a 6'10 small forward, right? And the defense is a bit low for my taste. When I make a small forward, you gotta be the lockdown. That's what they expect you to be. But he's gonna be mostly helping and just being off ball. This is like a good for the rec if you want to be a all-around scorer. You can be a post scorer a little bit and then be a threat on all sides. So it's doable. I wouldn't say it's what I would want. Yeah. Then you got another 7'4". I'm really not going to entertain this. I think we already seen this. Then you got Bowser with his small forward. He's a good lockdown, and he's somebody to go to for lockdowns. So you want to pay attention to this build. He has strong mid-range and strong three-pointer, and not that great handling, but this is the point, is to have 299s on this defensive side. He's going to be able to clamp up. His job is to do full court press, break the stamina of the point guard, and then on the pick and roll, slide through the pick and roll, try to get a couple plucks, try to just disturb their play, and just crush the game. So this is absolutely necessary. You want higher speed, in my opinion, but he went with the strength because this year there's a lot of bumpiness, and I'm curious. I have to test it. But if strength is super strong, we can get bumpy, baby. We're going to get bumpy. And so that's what he's testing, I'm assuming. If not, I would drop this down into the 76 to get silver, immovable enforcer, and then put my speed up. So I'll lower my weight and try to get speed to go higher. Because the point is to be able to be faster against these tiny, fast point guards as we go. So pretty good build overall. And you can see he got the contact dunks with the cap breakers. Shout out to the people who put their cap breakers in the videos, because most of the people did not. So we got a Double H video here, and he has really good three-pointer, really good dribbling. He has the right amount to get the badges for lightning launch, be with ball. And then he has contact dunks. So all of offensively, he's nice. Defensively, it's not bad. I need to check if 83 is a new requirement for steals. Usually it was 85, but we'll see. Really don't like his wingspan. It's so small that his block is low. I don't know how good that's going to be this year, but we will see. I am going to make a guard like this where, you know, they can shoot like crazy, but still be good defensively. So we have to check and see what the build will play like. Then we have a 6'9". This is pretty nice right here. Personally, the dunking is just like, oh, I'm gonna be a slasher. They got enough to spot up and hit some really good shots, mid-range or three-pointers. They got decent enough dribbles and pass just to do their thing and lock in. Then you have the defense. It's okay. I love the interior. 70 is my minimum, I've said already, for this year. And then block, I want it just like that if possible, depending on the build that I make. This is a small forward. It's a well-rounded build, not necessarily impressive or anything like that. Then we're going to go into 7'3". I don't really want to talk about it much. It's kind of like the ones we saw. Very high offensive with low defense. Decent block stuff. So if you want to have fun with like shooting around, I would love that. See for yourself. Then we have another build that I gotta see the cap breakers for, because 0 finishing, barely any three. It's gonna be a spot up as a power forward, and then defensively it's looking solid right here. You can get a lot of rebounds defensively. It's gonna be able to steal and block while still playing good perimeter and having high interior. Decent amount of strength. This is a really solid power forward. Definitely like that. And then a 6'8" shooting guard where it is offensive juggernaut. We kind of seen last year's template with these builds. I'm not mad at that. I'm not gonna say that I agree. I want to check what this new game is offering before I commit to anything like this. Now, this build has no defense. So basically just contest well, maybe get a couple bumps. You're not gonna get steals, the blocks, and interior is gonna get you cooked. I'm not happy about that. Not for me personally. And as you can see right here, these are more just templates for you to test a center build that has decent finishing and a little bit of blocks, decent rebounds, kind of just like casual vibes from there. There are some of them that I'm really liking for small forward, for example. It's kind of like that well-rounded small forward. You just jump on into the rack and just chill out, not playing competitively or anything. You can just be a wing player, basically. That is not bad. Then you have the meta style small shooting guards at 6'4". I have 99.3 contact dunks, really elite dribbling, and then okay steals. I like this because I made one like this last year. Dude won, it was like 300K, not one guy, but multiple people using that build. The build that I made. But yeah, so these are similar builds, but he had contact dunks on one of them, so gotta just pick your poison. We're gonna see how effective it is gonna be this year to make a build that's well-rounded and have everything as we go. That's pretty much all the builds at the moment that we know of. And the main thing I want to say is, like, what I've learned just from looking at these, analyzing them, is the fact that there isn't one that stands out. Right now, everybody's like, oh, we're testing it. Just give the game a week. Cool that the game comes out early, because that just means people who get it on release date will have a week's worth of reviews where people are going to learn the builder. I am hoping the damn app comes out today so that I can help people discover the actual builds for real. So yeah, once again, show love and support to the creators. They're going to be in the description. I'm going to sure I'll put a tag in there just so they can know that they're appreciated for their builds. Just wanted to showcase it and just give some thoughts and some general feelings. You got to take into consideration your play style. You got to take into consideration the game mode you play on, because if I play solely threes, then, and if I'm only playing in the rec, in theater or something, threes only, then I don't need a lot of stuff. If I'm playing competitively fives, gotta have certain things that work there. It's definitely very key. So, just take these as templates of what to do in the future and enjoy. I appreciate y'all time, your energy. Make sure you like, subscribe, and show love. Catch you on the next one. This video is not over, by the way. Apologies for everybody watching. I'm recording a video as I stream, and I just finished it. That's why. Apologies for anybody that I ignored a little bit in the middle of recording. Somebody asked, how do you download the app? Right now, it is not out yet, unfortunately. Unfortunately, it's still not out, and it's kind of sucks. Shout out to hundreds of viewers kind of seeing what's cracking. I just showcased 25 builds, and a little sad that the actual builder cooked. The app is cooked. Oh, sorry about that. Let me go into the app and look for it real quick. Kind of sad about this, man. They need to get on their job, man. Come on, 2K. The $1 billion company, man. It can't be sleeping. Making me look bad out here. We just spent 3 hours. And we don't even got the damn map yet. That's crazy. Well, there goes that. So we're gonna take a break. Just gonna chill out. I'm gonna probably watch more videos, guys. I get to watch videos. I hardly get to watch videos. Can't complain. We need to check badges. Oh, we need to check animations. You know what? We can just go to 2K. How about we go to 2K Labs? I have not done this, and they don't pay me, and I hate to advertise for free, but I love these guys. They've been the premium spot. I've been promoting them for the first since they started. Before they were 2K Labs, when they were doing things for the teams. Just regular guys doing some work. But we're gonna go in here, and this is gonna be extremely boring. I apologize. I know y'all not into this. I'm into this. You know, this ain't for everybody. It's the best I can say. I'm gonna be looking at cap breakers and animations and things like that. And I should probably note all this. I'm gonna look into it. I don't know if they got everything in here. I think they do. So I would have to look at the alley-oops. We're not gonna do that layups. Let's do just dunks. How do I filter this? Just want dunk. Let's go with the contact. Okay. So 89 is the threshold for dunks. Perfectly fine. The same as last year. Okay. And they mean off one. Oh, okay. It kind of looks similar than last year. So let me put this on the vertical screens right now. I'm gonna be bored to death. Good. Full screen window capture. How do I got 2 of my videos up? Let's go delete this one. Yeesh, what is wrong with me? So this is the screen. Probably not fun to watch. Y'all can't see it. But I want to go through some of the best dunks that I know of. And then maybe there's new ones. We want to go NBA player signature dunks. Okay? These are critical. You learn these and you got like 1 or 2 of them, you can go hard. All right. So, Ari. Going. Yama Rent 89. Okay. Pretty easy. Okay. Next batch. Rick 93. Do love Westbrook's dunks. LeBron James 84, really? Wait a minute, am I losing it? Was that an 84 last year? He has a tomahawk that's very hard to block. So unless they change his animations and put like the grandpa animations on him since he's old, that's wow. Oh man, they put Kobe's at 92, really? Okay. Not bad. Got some new ones. Get right here. Stephon Marbury's. I want to do a comparison, but I'm not going to turn on my PlayStation. Zion Williams. Oh, yeah. And 89 is all you need. Let's see what else I would want to check. Mostly off 1 foot, and then signature dunks. That's it as far. I'm gonna move over to motion style. Now we're gonna go with shooting. There's a lot to cover in here. Let's see. Dribble pull-ups, go to. Gonna bother. We're gonna go right into playmaking. Oh my god. Okay, so you got behind the back, escape, behind the back, launch, and then behind the back. Of course, the launch, Scottie Pippen, as I was telling you guys. What does it need? We can kind of make our build right here. The easy way to do it is literally laning, which is checking the animations you like, and then just, okay, this is a requirement for that, you know? And the back, Scottie Pippen. Going straight to Scottie. We're gonna skip all these guys. Where is he? Oh, they don't have it categorized. There it is. So 75 ball handles, all you need. Scottie Pippen, moving Scottie Pippen, which is super hard to guard when somebody does that. I like to do a combo with it, so absolutely locked in for this. Let me think about what else can be great. Crossover, over escape could be interesting. I can't believe this. They finally brought the packages back. I'm gonna be here. Okay. There's too much to get into, but we're gonna check dribble styles. The last thing. Dribble style. Thing is, you don't know for sure which one is better because they did nerf all of them some kind of way. I'm gonna go off the mindset of last year. I don't know. I saw Tyrese Maxey's dribbles like with a play now, and I'm like, wait a minute, he got some speed on him. He might be good to go. I was gonna think about making a all guard or something, but I don't know about that. Let's check out Laker Fan real quick. He has a 30-minute video. This dude makes long videos like I used to. I used to make a lot of long videos. Shout out to Laker Fan. I'm only gonna go in here just to see this specialization. I could probably go and Google it on. Matter of fact, hold on. Do they have that information on their? No. Build. I wanted to see. Playing news, maybe. I want to see if they have specializations, because it would be so easy to just edit this. Because I got to go through his video and kind of skip through it. Why is he starting at the end, man? Go from the start. I don't know. He's opening them, but he's not going in order. Okay, here we go. First rewards is probably nothing. It doesn't matter. Gatorades, nothing. First 3 rewards is all trash. Nothing that you're gonna like actually legitimately care about. Physical basketball shorts. What the heck? Most of this stuff 5 and still nothing. Physicals archetype name, still nothing. Okay, at 7, here we go. Now we're talking business. At 7, you're getting a bonus slot. Let's actually zoom in on this very quickly. Stop right here. Dude, this thing is irritating. All right, so a 7 for this system, and I believe all of them are going to have this. 7, 8, and 9 will have the most. Right now, you can get 1 bonus slot for your badges, and then 4 tokens, aka points, on anything. That's just amazing. And then you get another slot and another token. So 2 extra slots and 9 tokens total. That's not bad, but everything else don't matter. So from 7 on, it's really nothing. And I'm probably not going to go physicals unless I make like a center. I don't even think the center would need it. Probably go with rebounds or something. I don't know. We got to see. Okay. This is a new thing though. It's a new specialization. I think that's cool. I don't feel like he did finishing. He literally just went to the end. But it's the same thing. Yeah. Okay. So now we know for a fact it's the same. All just generic stuff until you get to 7. So nothing really matters. 7, 8, 9. So now we know. I should just make videos about this. This is easy to find on Twitter. You can just see a picture of somebody taking a picture of it. But to go through it, and I feel like he's talking too much. Yeah. Here we go. Same exact thing. 2 cap breakers at 9. And then the extra max plus 1 and 2 is the best part of it. In my humble, the playmaking, all of the numbers, and I don't care about anything until we get to 7. And the same thing. All right, so tokens. This is going to be a good way. You might want to do all the specializations. Bro, you know how long those things take? The only reason I didn't do my specializations is because I literally was not caring. I didn't purposely try to get my specialization. I just literally played the game. And if it happened, it happened. Because it's kind of makes the game like checklist. And I never liked that. You know, me and my cousin, he always trying to talk about platinums, and I'm like, bruh, I don't feel a need to do 99% of the games. All nonsense. You know what I mean? Like, it's all just like, get 100 books, collect 100 this. And it's like, bro, that ain't worth it. No, I'm not having fun doing that. Sure, the reward is good, but it isn't viable. All right, so yeah, same exact thing, guys. The main thing is the goals. He's showcasing the goals, so that's good. I don't really care looking at the rewards. That's what matters. So 2 cap breakers at the very end. He never showed 10s. Oh, wait a minute. Stop right here. You get 2 extra slots in the actual specialization as well. That's good at level 10. Hey, what's going on, Bob? Bob is asking how I got the app early. I did not get it early, brother. Been in here for 3 hours. 2K played me, man. 2K played me. Hey, at least they got me watching these videos, man. I gotta take a break. I'm going on break. Well, anyways, now we know specializations. It's too much to look through. Go back to subscriptions. See if there's anything new in here. And a good build. The app was supposed to come out 3 hours ago, and it's not out. Been in here watching videos, learning about the builder as we go. Really didn't learn anything new today, other than seeing the builds that people already made. That was all I got today. All this, which is good. It's 25 builds that I showcased and talked about so far. But I'm gonna go ahead and let this video play for a second. We'll be right back. All right, let's manifest. When I come back, the app is gonna be ready. Can't be streaming all day, guys. I got things to do. All right, well, I need to get a drink. Get me a drink, guys, because be right back. Can't play me, man. Can't play. You see, if this app is out now, locked in. We locked in for my protein shake. Did not work out today because I was trying to stream. Eesh. Moved all my stuff to earlier or later. Now I'm just cooked. Cooked. Oh man, we can check badge requirements right now, actually. All right, so I'm gonna let this footage play in the background while I talk about badge requirements. How about that? Let's put some gameplay. I got gameplay from, what's his name? Did I put that on? We'll save that for later. So, I'm looking. All right, smooth operator, a 93. This is good. All right, MIDI, an 85. That's really good. Wait, we need to check badge descriptions also. So, set and shoots. You need an 89. That's good. Yeah, I'm gonna have an 89 minimum 3-pointer. Most of the builds, I'm trying to be lethal. I'm like a role player, it doesn't matter. Limitless. Pretty high. 89 is the new meta for threes. Then is that? Oh yeah. Arc Cadence. 91 might be the new meta. 91 instead of an 89. What are we doing? Gonna get shooting specialization. Put our cap breakers in there. And we're locked in. This is my protein shake. It's actually really good. Put some kale, some spinach, and then I mixed it with berries. Ooh, no. All right, well, 91 or higher, folks. I go with a 93, man. 93 minimum for elite shooting. Then we want to talk about important badges. Lightning launcher. 86 for tall guards. 75 of course. 91 highest. Might be a weird year where small guards. I go with a 90 and 86. I'm gonna test it. We gonna test it. 92 unpluckable. Oh, Visionary's in only an 80 now. That's perfect. They lowered their requirements for pass accuracy. Visionary. That's kiss. Looks my G. Higher the requirements for gold break starter. Right. And I am gonna have post control. I'll make a post scorer at a 94. Damn. Hey, I usually put it at 95, so that's. I'm looking at the actual badges. So Ghost Stepper is the badge for when you do step throughs for close shots and layups. It'll be my play style. Gonna be interesting. Trying to think about. It was a badge. I forgot the name of it. Oh, here it is. Post spin catalyst. Says attempting post spins and drives results in more effective. Blah blah blah. I want to see the number. 91. Damn, you can't get Hall of Fame. Even Hall of Fames are 99. Wow. You know, high post control for that. I was thinking of making a post scorer, wanting to recommend. Since I'm not doing the coaching right now, I might still go back into coaching, you know, for various reasons mentioned, but here. Let's get into defense real quick. Challenger 92. Okay, 82. You only need an 82. Hey, where's the on-ball menace at? No on-ball menace. Hold up. Oh, wait. Okay, I remember now. Movable enforcer. Gonna need an 82. Well, an 85 strength. It's gonna cost a lot. Could be worth it. All right, so it's called Heat Belt. Is the new badge, and an 85 perimeter is what you need. Oh, that's easy. Well, yeah, we clamping people up this year. They buffed up defense. Oh man, yeah, we locking it in. No, by the way, I don't have my phone on me, so if that new app comes out, get it. There's more builds to look at. Buddy mentioned. I'll check it out in a minute. Right now we're just talking. Come on, 2K. No. Never gonna put that app out, huh? All right, so back to the defense. I'm looking at Heat Belt, which is basically your on-ball menace and things like that. Gonna be critical. Wall up can be good too, but I'm not sure I'm gonna need that on the perimeter as much as Heat Belt and movable enforcer. Thing is, movable enforcer wants you to have a very high strength. I'm gonna go with a 75 strength at max, and then have speed. So I won't need movable enforcer. I'll just max +2 it. Call it a day. Like we did last year, 6 lockdowns were the best. Figured that out pretty early. Yeah. 82 rebound is pretty solid in my opinion for snatcher. It made defensive rebound cost way more than offensive rebound. No. Yeah. Offensive rebound, you can put an 80 and get silver. And you have to get an 87 for defensive rebound. We value defensive rebounds. Hey, you can't patch me. You can't patch me, devs. By the way, I'm drinking it straight out of the blender because I don't have to wash a cup. Just a little pro tip. Sometimes you can look crazy, but really you're more think smart. Okay, so I'm looking at defense and offensive. I'm going with offensive rebound. Usually I like, if I'm making my hybrid centers, like a point center, I'll take defensive rebound because offensively I have the ball. So I don't have to go for a rebound. I'm going to be scoring. Somebody else got to get the rebound. I'm an ISO center when I make my centers. I need defensive rebound. The problem is they're charging a lot just to be a defensive rebound. I need an 87 for silver and then a 95 for gold. This is good. If the gameplay is rewarding, I have to check the badges. This is going to be the first year I think badges are going to play interesting role. Hopefully they're not overpowered, but we'll see. What is the snatcher stand? Let me see some. So it says additional vertical and rebounding boosts when perfectly timed to jump. Oh man. Yeah, so 82. That, oh yeah, we can get that no matter what. The minimum for rebounds is the 82. Offense, and for defense, 87. What I'm looking. Then I'm looking at now I'm confused. Increase the rate of breaking through offenses. Okay, so worm is now breaker. What does that give you? 82 again. Gonna need strength big time for that. Box out is gonna need strength as well. Interesting. Then physicals. Go to physical. What does the bruiser do? Then ooh. Wait, this could be good for lockdowns. Interesting. Workhorse is back. That's going to be fire. What is that going to look like? Agility and strength. Okay. Damn, we might have to go 75. We might have to go 85. Damn, it's going to be slow lockdowns probably this year. You might as well make a tall lockdown. Last year I said 6'6" and I was right. What I'm seeing with the requirements for badges at the moment, pushing you to have workhorse and bruiser both require strength. On defense, now bruiser that's going to take the stamina of the point guard full court. You just abuse them, you max it out, you know. And then workhorse, when you're getting bumpy, get the steal, you'll win those 50-50 balls. You pluck someone, it falls off the hand or something. So that is the method that I'm looking at. From what I'm seeing, a lot going on. There is 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 Yo, I'm not subscribed to 2K Labs. Right now, I've been looking at 2K Labs this whole time. I know it's kind of boring visually, so I just put on something in the background for you guys. Let's put on the builder real quick. All right, well, he didn't go to takeovers. The one thing I didn't do. Get that right. Takeover. Bottom. Shooting, playmaking, finishing, a lot. So this is amazing, and this is going to be a fun new thing. And then on what you do, you get a takeover from that. Play good defensively, get takeover abilities, and boost your attributes. So I like it. Let's go through the ones I think could be really strong. Shot artist. Off the dribble. So shooting off the dribble, shot artist. Calibrated is shooting set shots. Zip code is shooting deep threes, but that's going to be deep bomber repeat, what it sounds like. Finishing navigator for layups. Basically lets you get better ability to do like airspace, your ability to get more contact dunks. Oh man, that's going to be toxic. You know, that's the one so far. Inside touch, ability to do standing layup. Detonator, ability to make standing dunks. And paint surgeant, post play stuff. And then you got blur, which we know before. You can win body ups patches, getting past them. So chance to break ankles. Nice. Dishmaster help boost people's finishing and shooting when you pass it to them. And then glue, the ability to force pickups and fumbles. Whew, lockdown's dream. Hawk activates on-ball steal attempts that can cause turnovers or force fumbles. I'm interested in that one. Very interesting. Then you got Rim Guardian, protecting the rim, basically. Then you have rebounds, basically. You set strong screens, demolition, I'm sorry. Muscle, successfully box out and rebound better. Second chance gives you feedback on all the shots and stronger putbacks. See the future, see where the ball is going to land. And then hydration, which is, we used this a lot last year to be able to not lose adrenaline, energy. Those are the actual attributes. I think this is going to be different for takeovers. Main thing I want to mention, I haven't made a video about this, which I should right now, but your takeovers are going to be critical because you're going to be capable of activating more than one. Gonna buff you like crazy, and your badges also synergize with that too. So you can basically do combinations of. It's gonna be like a little extra game, mini game. Activate a badge, and that badge activates another badge, which that badge activates your takeover because you're gonna be buffed up all over. You're gonna buff yourself up in crazy ways, and it makes it exciting. Yeah, that's fun. Shout out to the devs. They made some interesting stuff, in my opinion. We're gonna check out some new builds and see what people are cooking up, because it is probably more. All right, let me go and get this going so y'all can see. I'll put this on. I'm looking at Simply Grinding. I'm gonna start like watching people's videos. I haven't been watching a lot of videos. Yeah, so Simply Grinding, full screen. And I want to put the audio on.
6'9" builds.
Damn, he's loud.
Gets a 91 3-point rating, giving it access to Legend Set and Fire, Legend Arc Cadence, and Zip Code, aka Deep Range Takeover. Pair that insane shooting ability with an 87 driving dunk and a 78 vertical, not only giving you contact dunks on a super tall build, but also giving you access to airspace, aka the best finishing takeover in the game. This takeover is so broken, it was giving 6'4", 84 overall John Morant nearly a fully green dunk meter window on Hall of Fame difficulty when he's dunking on people twice his size. Now imagine that on a 6'9" frame with a maxed out ball handle and maxed out speed with ball. So you have access to all the best your moves 6'9" can get, as well as Hall of Fame lightning launch with a max plus 2 bash. And we're nowhere near done. We also get an 87 perimeter defense, giving us at the minimum gold challenger, gold seatbelt.
Before I continue, in my defense, I'm the type of guy that likes to physically do things myself instead of having to watch someone else do it. It's like, why can't I just do that? You know what I mean? And then like spoilers and stuff like that, where it's like I can learn all this and understand it better my way. That's how I feel. And it's not that people aren't great. Like you got 2K Labs, all these great creators, all these people hooking up. My thing is to get in there, creativity, and I'm not manipulated by other people's information that might not be completely accurate, or it's more their way. And the best example I could say when I make my videos, tell people, hey man, play the way you want to play, make the build you want to make, your freedom of enjoyment, right? Like me making a guide doesn't mean you have to play the way I say. You know what I mean? Like it's not going to be fun for you if you liked it, and I'm shooting only threes, or you know, whatever the case may be. That's why I always hardly watch a lot of content on it, but when I do, it's really amazing. I actually get inspired of the quality, simple stuff. When I make a video, sometimes I won't do little details like zoom in, something like he's doing right here, as he mentions it.
Which we have the option to put a max plus 2 instead and get on Hall of Fame. We have a 77.
Hold on, shout out to my mans. What's going on, E.T. Jones? Appreciate the follow. We're just watching some videos right now. Might as well, since we can't make builds. 2K played me, man. I promise you I'm gonna get off and they gonna pop right back up with the builder.
Steal rating for Silver Interceptor, because if y'all don't know, Gold Interceptor is now a 90 rating required, so it's better to go 77 and just max plus 1 this to Gold while saving a ton of attributes. And to finish off our defense, we have a 78 block rating for Silver High Flying Denier. Now this is the craziest part. Even with all of that, we still have an 86 speed and an 86 agility really on a 6'9" build with nearly maxed out rebounding, giving us not bronze but silver rebounding badges on what was meant to be a tall ISO build. I literally have better stats in every category than my 6'8" build, other than ball handle and speed with ball, because the max for 6'9" is 80 and 75, which means literally the only thing that could make this build not overpowered is if the requirements for dribble moves are way too high. And just like Zach LaVine dribble style last year for 6'8", luckily James Harden, aka what people think is the best dribble style for tall guards right now, only requires a 75 speed with ball rating. 6'9" builds are going to dominate the meta of NBA 2K27, and we're about to get right into the build. But first, here's a money code for Xbox and PlayStation for my Noti game, and I'm still running an NBA 2K27 giveaway for tomorrow. So if you want to win NBA 2K27 for free, all you have to do is subscribe with notifications on and comment what build height you want me to post next. I'll be choosing the winner in tomorrow's video. video. Now let's get into this build. And let me apologize in advance if it sounds like I'm smiling the whole time I'm talking about this. I'm just mad excited to talk about this build. We are going 6'9" with a 6'9" wingspan, minimum weight which is 185 pounds. And the first thing we're doing is maxing out our 3-point rating to a 91 rating for gold Arcadence, gold Set and Fire, silver Limitless Range, and obviously zip code takeover, which if y'all don't know is the brand new deep range takeover in NBA 2K27. Now, do you need deep range takeover? No, there is another takeover that you can get at 89 3-point rating that basically allows you to hit every single fade whether you're open or contested. But for some reason on a 6'9" build, it was way easier to get a 91 3-point rating than it was for me to get it on a 6'8" build. My theory is that 2K was so focused on nerfing 6'8" builds because they were so dominant last year that 6'9" builds fell through the crack and accidentally became the 6'11" builds from NBA 2K26. If you're confused why I keep saying that, 6'11" builds had a reputation on NBA 2K26 where you could get everything you possibly wanted in the builder with zero cap breaker. For some reason, the way their attributes were weighted allowed you to get everything you wanted without having to sacrifice on anything. And that is exactly how I feel with this build. We got a 91 3-point rating and an 87 mid-range. And yes, you want to go high in both ratings. If y'all don't know, mid-range and 3-point shooting badges have been separated this year. So you can no longer just go a high 3-point rating and like an 80 mid-range and be able to knock down all your shots. Instead, you also need a high mid-range to unlock Smooth Operator, which is gonna allow you to fade middies. And I'm playing a lot of 2s on this build, so fading middies is a must. Basically, going into this build, I knew I wanted access to Legend Set and Fire, Legend Arcadence, aka the badge that allows you to fade 3-pointers, Hall of Fame Limitless Range, and Hall of Fame Smooth Operator. Now, am I going to max +2 all of these badges? I technically could, because you will have access to 4 max +2s by the time we're done grinding NBA 2K27, but realistically, no. I am most likely going to go Hall of Fame Set and Fire and Hall of Fame Arcadence, while max +2ing Limitless Range to Hall of Fame and max +2ing Smooth Operator to Hall of Fame, giving me 4 Hall of Fame shooting badges on a 6'9" build. And with all of that shooting, you would think our defense is going to be absolutely trash, but no, we actually have an 87 perimeter defense, giving us access to Silver Challenger, Silver Seatbelt, and Silver Pick Dodger, all of which I will definitely be using a max +1 to get it to gold, with the possibility of going Hall of Fame Challenger because I hear that perimeter defense is everything this year for defense. Instead of your block rating determining your jump contest, I'm hearing that perimeter defense is what's going to determine all of that. Now, that part is just a rumor. Don't take that part as fact. But yeah, I definitely wanted to go a high perimeter defense on this build. We also have a 77 steal, which if y'all don't know is the cutoff for Silver Interceptor. To get Gold Interceptor, you would have to go all the way up to a 90 steal, which obviously we can't get because we're going for a 91 3-point rating. And the higher your wingspan, the lower your 3-point rating is going to be. The lower your wingspan, the lower your steal is going to be. So a really smart workaround to this is to just go a 77 steal and then use one of your max +1s to get Gold Interceptor without having to waste 13 badge points and without having to ruin your shooting ability. Can you tell that a lot of thought has been put in this build yet? Because bro, I was labbing this build for like 2 hours. And then to finish off the defense, we went a 78 block rating and a 62 interior defense. 78 block rating for Silver High Flying Denier and a 62 interior defense for 60 Paint Controller. And then I just put the last 2 attributes on interior defense because dunking is super OP this year, to the point where I might even use some of my cap breakers to increase my interior defense even further if no nerfs come out. Obviously, we maxed out our ball handle and maxed out our speed with ball. The max on a 6'9" build, no matter what you do, is an 80 ball handle and a 75 speed with ball, which actually works out perfect in the dribble move department because, like I said, James Harden dribble style is a very good dribble style for tall guards. I'm sure there will be better ones that come out when the game is actually out. I'm sure that there'll be better ones that come out as people get more and more used to the game. But as of right now, James Harden is known as one of the best, and you get that on this build. And as y'all know, dribble style determines how fast you burst out of moves. That's why in quick play,
let me pause this and think about it. So what is this build missing outside of passing and some interior? I would drop the rebounds if I could get more interior. If I can get that to a 70, I would. That's number one. And then put free throws on it because I want to be able to play 5s. You know, but overall, looking
Saw a lot of NBA players have really cool moves, and then they looked like they were moving in mud after they sprinted out. Their dribble style was horrible. To finish off playmaking, we have a 70 pass accuracy, which is now the cutoff for Silver Dimer. It is no longer 71, it is now 70, so you get to save one attribute. And then we moved on to finishing. We are going in 87 driving dunk. That is the absolute highest driving dunk we can get if we want a 91 3-point rating. Now if you opt into only going an 89 3-point rating and going with the other takeover that allows you to fade, you could actually get an 89 driving dunk on this build, which will give you another contact dunk package, which is pro contacts off 1. That's a decision you can make for yourself. I wanted at least one build that had deep range takeover because my 6'8" does not. So I decided for myself that
hold on, guys. Sorry about that. Interior, we can go check out badge requirements. Great defense. Shout out to 2K Labs. We were promoting them today. Today they getting all love. Where do we go? Paint controller. Much interior you need? 71. You gotta get an 84. Oh yeah, he's not getting it. Dang. Because I would have wanted a 71 interior so that we can get silver instead of right now we got bronze. We're gonna get dunked on. Need better interior and block. So if I can get it to an 84 block somehow, we'll rework this build. Get 84 block and 70 interior, and I would have to lose out on something. And not losing out on most of this stuff. Maybe agility. Drop agility in one of the rebounds and then throw it into. Problem I'm looking at is the height and weight might not allow
I was going a 91 3-point rating on this build. I absolutely love how this build turned out, so I'm not changing it. I am 99% sure that this is going to be my day one choose build on NBA 2K27, simply because I believe that it is better than my 6'8" in every single way, as long as the dribble moves end up matching the requirements. Continuing on with the build, our physicals. This is insane. We have an 86 speed and an 86 agility on a 6'9" build. We also have a 78 vertical. You don't need it. You could go a 75 vertical and that'd be perfectly fine. Again, 87 and 75 is all you need for the best takeover. Again, 87 and 75 is all you need for the best finishing takeover and for contact dunks, which is pro contact dunks off 2. But I knew I was going to put rebounding on this build, so I was like, you know what? I want as high vertical as I can get. So I went 78 vertical, and then I went to max out my rebounding, thinking I would only be able to get up to a 50 because I was already at a 98 overall. But no, I was basically able to max out my rebounding at a 73 offensive rebound and a 71 defensive rebound. Again, for some reason, 6'9" build attributes are weighted differently. If you guys are using the app to make your own builds, please try and make a 6'9" and make a 6'8" and try to make them as similar as possible. You'll notice that it is way harder for the 6'8" to get the same attributes as it is for the 6'9". Now, to be fair, a 6'8" does get an 86 ball handle and 80 speed ball if you're making it correctly, which is a lot of playmaking attributes that could be shifting how the build is made. But bro, I still think this is insane. And if you're worried about if the ball handle or speed ball is too low and you're gonna be really slow, just look at 6'11s on NBA 2K26. They were out here doing literally everything with the lowest ratings I've ever seen. I am very positive that this build will be moving. Again, it does rely on the dribble move. So if I were you, I would wait and see if people figure out good dribble moves for 80 ball handling builds. But honestly, I don't think you have anything to worry about because, bro, 80 ball handling is still a very high rating. In speed ball, the only thing that affects is your dribble style, which we already know we have at least a decent one, which is James Harden. I say decent because when the game comes out, obviously everyone's gonna find the absolute best one, so it might go down the tier list, but right now James Harden is #1. But yeah, definitely an insane build. Please pause right now and let me know what you think of these attributes on the screen right now. Is this not insane? Oh, and by the way, before we move on to our cap breakers and the jump shot we're gonna be using, I just want to say, if you try to make a 6'11" build, you are going to be severely disappointed. It gets nothing of what it got on NBA 2K26. I literally went to community day, loaded up a 6'11", tried to lab it, and I just audibly sighed because, bro, it was so bad. So then after that, I went down to 6'10". It still wasn't giving me everything that I wanted, but it was looking a little better, and that's when I stumbled on a 6'9". And the second I did, I told Clutch about it. He's probably already posted his video because we were geeking over this build. I'm telling you, 6'9" is the new 6'11", assuming this is the 2K where 80 ball handling isn't enough to be able to move efficiently. Now, the 5 5 takeovers you're going to want to put on this build. For your shooting, you can either go zip code or shot artist. Zip code if you want deep range, shot artist if you want the most competitive takeover in the game. That is not going to allow you to miss a fade, whether contested or open. For defense, you're going to want to go glue, which description says apply relentless pressure on ball handlers to shut down their options while powering through screens to stay attached to every possession. This is the reason we want 85 perimeter defense on our 6'8" and our 6'9". We want to be able to get through screens, especially on the twos, and we want to be able to play some elite defense on games where we've been activating our blocking badges and our steal badges. By the way, really quick, just in case y'all don't know what I'm talking about with takeover, in every single game you have 5 takeovers active. They're the 5 takeovers that you selected on your builder screen, and the way you unlock takeover is by performing in that category. So for example, to unlock glue, you would need to get steals, blocks, and just good contests, and your defensive takeover will go up. Once you've done enough defensive things, then your takeover will automatically activate. You don't have to activate it yourself, and you will get that takeover. For rebounding, unfortunately, we didn't quite get a rebounding takeover, so we're just gonna have hydration hero. For finishing, of course, we're going airspace. This is the most broken finishing takeover I've seen since patch 1 blur. It's not quite at blur level, but it is really, really strong. Playmaking, this is actually a really good tech. We are gonna go default playmaking, because what that's gonna do is boost our speed with ball to an 80 instead of a 75. This is exactly why 6'9" have 0 disadvantage. You might try to make the argument, oh, but 6'8" has an 80 speed with ball. Anytime you activate your playmaking takeover, you will also have an 80 speed with ball. And think about your playstyle on a 6'9". You're either gonna ISO or you're gonna take screens, most likely on a 2's court. And with how soup these attributes are in every category, people are going to have to pick up on you, meaning your teammate is most likely going to be wide open for half of the game. I truly believe playmaking takeover is going to be the one that you activate the most, if not shooting. So yeah, you're gonna have a lot of games where you have an 80 speed with ball instead of a 75. And when you make this build, you get the build name two-way bucket chaser, which I think is tough. You get an A in every single category, and the only weaknesses they can list is frame can't handle the physicality, meaning we didn't go strength, and lacks touch on driving layups because, bro, we're dunking everything. I really wish I didn't go a woman on this build in the community day, because I wanted to see what shades we would have got for men. I genuinely believe we would have gotten like LeBron, Tatum, and then something random knowing 2K like Brian Scalabrine or something, bro. Who knows?
With the American Express Platinum card, you can unlock experiences.
Hey, come on, man. Don't give me these commercials, man. I'm trying to watch a video. This guy's doing some good work.
We're going our day 1 jump shot from NBA 2K26, which is base Matt Ryan. Release 1, Oscar Robinson. Release 2, Galuba. 100% release speed, 5 ticks above push, 35%, 65% blending. Absolutely love that jump shot. It is chicken, rhythm, or button, but this year I will be using button, as rhythm shooting feels really, really wonky to me. I think y'all are going to agree that button just feels overall better on NBA 2K27, barring no buffs or nerfs. So yeah, you heard it here first. You're most likely switching back to button. And then I'm gonna let me messing around with my badges and my badge loadouts run while I yap a little bit about the game. First off, these fuse and reaction badges keep confusing everybody, so I'm just gonna give a quick explanation. Just think of your fuse badges as max plus 1s and max plus 2s. Over the course of NBA 2K27, you're gonna have 12 max plus 1s and 4 max plus 2s. Right now, as you can see, I only have 5 max plus 1s and 2 max plus 2s. Some of them I have to unlock by doing whatever. It's probably going to be in the season rewards, or it's probably going to be in build specialization or cruise. Whatever it is, I have to unlock it, but I'm a no life. I'm going to unlock it really fast. But right here, you just see me labbing out what I want to put as my first 5 badges on these max plus 1 and what I want to put in my badge token. Badge tokens I'll go over in a second, but yeah, once you put a fuse badge, you can then put a corresponding reaction badge in the slot below it. And what fuse reaction means is fuse badge is basically the base badge, okay? You want to make your fuse badge something that obviously you want a max plus 1 or max plus 2, but also something that you can activate pretty regularly, because once you activate it a set number of times in game, you automatically get a max plus 1 or max plus 2 boost, whatever slot you put it in, on your reaction badge as well. So the best thing you could do is make your fuse badge something that you activate often, like lightning launch, posterizer, limitless rain. If you're a midi fader, smooth operator, something that you're doing over and over again, and then making your reaction badge something that is harder to activate, but you still want max plus 1 or max plus 2. So for example, let's say high flying denier is hard to activate. We could go fuse posterizer, get a max plus 1 or max plus 2 on that because we just want that badge leveled up from the beginning, and then we could go reaction high flying denier. So once we activate our posterizer enough times, we'll automatically have Hall of Fame high flying denier for when we go back on defense. That is the best way I can explain fuse and reaction. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. Now, when you use a reaction badge, you actually do not have to put that badge in your badge tokens anymore, which will end up saving you a ton of tokens. I saw a lot of people saying, oh, we're not going to get all the badges we want because the tokens are limiting us. And bro, honestly, the tokens are going to be an afterthought after a while, because not only can you do this fuse reaction method, but you're also going to earn more badge tokens as the seasons go on. So yeah, don't think that you're stuck and limited to the amount of badge tokens you get in the builder. That is basically the base, and you're going to build off that as you keep grinding the game. But yeah, just wanted to give a quick overview on that, just because I've seen a lot of people are confused about that. The dream moves I have not labbed yet. Honestly, it was a very hectic community day. There was so much going on and everything was new, so we all had to just learn the game and test everything out. But y'all know I'll have a best dream moves and a best.
Wait, this is the build. I need to take a picture of this too. So this is, let me see, nothing good here that I would actually use it for. Free throws. But you can get an 81. I like to check this stuff out. Wait, what is this? This ain't the same build. Something totally different.
Jump shot video out on day 1, so make sure to subscribe and notifications on. That is my 6'9" build. Let me know in the comments, do you like my 6'9" or my 6'8" better?
Bro, he cooked the life out of it. Now we're gonna go with Laker fan. I'm gonna just skip through because we're gonna be here all day, man. There's too many. Wait, how do I see? I think he might have made more than one. All right, so this is Laker fan. Pause it. Let's make a big screen. Taking screenshots, fellas. Defensively, he's not going to get a lot of steals. Get really good rebounds. This is a center. 6'11". Good finishing. Basically, no. He's probably working on cap breakers. There it is. Let's check the cap breakers. Because, you know, when you got guys like this, he likes cap breakers like I do. So, yeah. For 3, you can get 60, 80. Get an 80. That's really good. With 5 cap breakers. And you have amazing finishing. Good passing. Hey, that could work. Really solid interior and block. Really great rebound. Overall, this is nice. I like it. This is nice. A couple cap breakers, you'll be certified. That ain't bad. Sure, he's making different builds in one video. Again, he's one of those guys, sneaky guy. Okay, this is kind of the same build. Sneaky guy made an 83 pointer. You see right there? Already shook. And cooler build. Let's see what type of tweaks he's doing. Did he repeat the same build times? Or like minimal tweaks. Seen it up. It ain't bad. 6'11". Got some good stuff out of it. Got a screen. Very nice. Very nice. So yeah, I was looking at 2K Labs, kind of seeing what they did here. And got all the badge requirements. This is a free promo code. They're gonna have to start paying me, man. They're gonna have to pay me. So they got the requirements for animations, the requirements for badges and takeovers, descriptions, things like that. Already all here. Gotta just go through it, check it out for yourself, see what's up. Yeah, I'm only looking at builds today since we supposed to be a builds video. Feel a little bit rushed that the app isn't there. I took the time out to actually check it out. Let's go with this guy right here. He has a lockdown homeboy dev. First time watching his content today. See. Bro, I don't know how y'all keep up with these people. Good job.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy DevCon, and
I'm gonna skip ahead, man. This is a 2K26 build, right? Is it? So this is the one he made. Okay. Take a look. Now here's the problem. Everybody forgets to show the cap breakers. Gotta show the cap breakers, man. Oh. Should probably watch the whole video. He did not show the cap breakers. Let's just take a look. Let's review it. 6'9", good shooting. If decent finishing. A lot of steals, but really good rebounds. Well rounded. He's gonna be able to cook up. Yep, we're cooked. Thing is, the 6'9" we just saw was way better. Offensively, it's nasty. Rebounds, you can see here, he got way better rebounds on this build. Main thing he did better, but it's a sacrifice for the rest. I don't know, man. I gotta get on that builder. All right, well, at this point, folks, I apologize. UK has did me dirty. I promise you, the moment I get off this stream, which I'm gonna do right now, I'm letting it go. We got thousands of people watching on a different platform. Every platform have different numbers, but I have a pretty decent amount of people actually watching. And 2K decided to play me. You know? Shout out to the devs. Try to be cool and watch people's content, but I don't watch content. Make content. Figure stuff out. The builder was very important to me today. I was gonna really lab it up, give everybody a preview, teach them cap breakers and go through methods for free. Free game. I played. Spent 3 hours watching, well, almost 4 hours watching random videos. But I did learn a lot about what's possible. Like 30 builds so far. But we got a decent number of builds at the moment. I'm rocking with it. In my opinion, just to share my opinion here on this. What's his name? Grinding got the best build right now. Let me find it, bro. Replicate that thing. Here it is. Perfect. Let me delete this. Me grinding got the best one, but I know I can make it better. You guys know how I rock. Go to this. Where is it? What is going on? So my pictures are not popping up. There it is. So Ryndon got a 6'9" build. Is 6'9" build, and it's chef's kiss. So we'll go through all the stats. Contact dunks off rip. You guys know me. I prefer contact. I just like dunking on people. Fun. It's a challenge. It's fun. Get a little excitement. Let's go. Right. Then you have the crazy overpowered 3-point and decent mid range. This is a park build because it doesn't have no free throws. I would like a 75 or higher. And then dribbles. A lot of people always try to do the meta dribbles, and the truth is you can be skilled with a low dribble. This dude's 7 foot tall, getting up every year. They'll find a way to make it aesthetically pleasing and effective. Not like you're gonna be Curry or Kyrie directly, but you still cook up. I mean, don't sleep. Passing as well. The only two things I see bad about this build is passing and free throws. You want to play fives, so higher is always better, but you're 6'9" guy. You're not going to be like the main point guard in a 5-on-5. But then down here, if we get into the speed and agility, very high. No strength is okay because it's not your job to play a lockdown or something. You have vertical enough to get contact on. And then interior, I honestly hope, I know this is going to sound bad, but I hope that interior is necessary. Meaning a 60 is not going to be good enough. If somebody with 93 driving dunk gets close to you and you don't have high interior, they might just cook you. And that's okay because you only got a 60. If they made it like, 70s and 80s, it's like, oh, wow, you can really get stops. And it's more effective than it was last year. We talking business. This is good. We'll see. We'll see soon. Blocks are decent, though, so you're going to still be able to block. The thing is, you can get put in an animation more times than not if you're not in the right position. So blocking isn't the only factor. Interior can help you if you're in the right position. Perimeter defense, solidified. Steel is actually not bad. This is silver badges for steals. Before it used to be, trying to get to 85, get it on gold, blah, blah, blah. It's gonna cost too much. So that is not a bad threshold. I thought it was bad, but it's okay. The rebounds is kind of crazy for a 70 on both. I don't know why he got it at 73 and not like just 70. I believe you would have to check with 2K Labs. Let me actually badge requirement stuff. I want to check to see rebounds. Oh wait, I'm on the wrong requirements. Rebounds. Yes, it's like yeah, 70. Oh wait, if you go up to 75, preseason. Got a 71 and 73. Okay. 71, 73. Okay, it's not that good. You can lower that a little. I think he probably just did it just to have something, but I would lower some of them just to get the badge requirement and then put the rest on free throws so I can go into fives and actually shoot a free throw if I get fouled. And then that's it. Overall, that build is nice. This is the one that I'm feeling most right now. I'm probably not going to make that, but I'll make something in that vein at some point in the year. Man, as long as that VC rolls in, no coaching means no VC, man. We'll see what happens, guys. Well, yeah, I'm just sharing all this information, giving y'all everything I can. That's all we got. About to get up out of here because they got me here booked today. Would have been nice. Would have been nice to be on that builds. But yeah, we got like over 30 builds that we checked out. That's a lot of reviews in a 3-hour span. I gave you all my best. Hope you enjoyed it. Maybe I'll stream later if the build comes back. I got to take care of a meeting. Thought I would have got a quick meeting and then I'll be free again, but I'm going to run some errands and try to get back home later. Nah, man. Only 3 p.m. Wow. 4 hours of streaming. Oh, 2K did me dirty. Shout out to the team in the office laughing at me. They didn't want me to break the builder. Hey, I'll see y'all later. Everybody, y'all, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Do me a favor, come to my Discord. Let's talk about 2K. Let's talk about gaming. Just vibe out. I want to start activating my new Discord. It's not new, but all my other ones, I'm closing them down slowly and then basically trying to go there. So come over there, hang out, let's talk. I'm done, man. Been here too long. We got things to do, folks.